Never lose sight of the horizon, man. Never forget where you're going. Because the daily wars and the battles, the ups and the downs and everything else, you get turned around and dunked underwater, man, and start blowing bubbles to find out what's ways north. But always keep in sight what you're doing in the long frame, the bigger picture of it all. Because that's what gives it value when everything seems like Murphy's Law is just dumping on you. And you got nothing left, man. Hope is fading. You know, hanging by a thread, man, the end of the rope. In that situation, just tie a knot in that motherfucker and hold on, man. You can tell I'm a little kind of emotional about it all. Because it's been a ride, man. It's been a fucking ride. It's been a gamble. Huge gamble. The real gambling problem doesn't exist in Vegas or in the sporting events. It exists right here in the individual's heart of heart. How do I know that? Because it's like when you're watching a movie or something, man, and the character in the movie, the odds are against him or her, and they overcome it. And they cross that finish line that no one thought they could, probably not even them. You're sitting there watching it and you're moved by it. That movie is a dead art. I mean, it was filmed in the past. It's not alive. It's not present tense. You make it alive from what it does to you and how you react to it and how you feel from watching that. And tell me you don't put yourself in that movie, play it out in your own movie of life. Different theater, the same thing, that you can overcome it too. You can do it too. What I'm saying right there is that in order for you to have that feeling, that emotional ride that a movie can do, it means there's something inside of you that wants to come out still. So don't believe that you can do more than you're currently doing. But you're not. Too scared. So you don't gamble it. You sit back in what is. And why do you do that? Because this shit right here, all we have, too valuable, man. I can't lose this shit, man. Well, if you can't lose it, man, you can't grow from it. Just like success, man. When you get that success and you flip the script on it, well, success then defines you. Can't lose it, can't lose it. Well, then you can't grow from it, man. You gotta be willing to lose it in order to earn it. Taking those winnable battles of life that you believe in, you know you can do it. That's what I love, man. When someone achieves something, you know, and all these people, you know, go run into them, you know, to interview them and stuff. But along the way, no one gave a shit. Motherfucker couldn't get arrested. Not a pocket pissing. No one gives a fuck. And then he achieves it. Now they all want to fucking find out who he is, you know. But by the time they go to interview the guy's already 15 miles ahead on the next endeavor, because that's what life is. The pressures, the situations that you can't buy, you have to earn. And keep on going. It's the fact that you had an idea, you believed in it, you put action to an idea, so a dream became a reality. That's as good as it gets, man. That's when you do it right. Otherwise, you sit back and you wonder, what if? What if is the worst question you can ever ask yourself. I failed is 1,000,000 times better than what if. Because that motherfucker got up and did something, showed up. 10 times more of the man and says, what if? Fuck what if, man. What if is an ongoing debate inside yourself that you can never come to conclusion on. I got up and failed, at least I know. Otherwise, what if every minute of every day for your existence, battling inside your head, trying to turn off the voices, but you can't. And you can't do anything about it because the opportunities, the window of opportunity is closed. There's nothing you can do but sit back and wonder, what if? Nope, don't like that, man. I'd much rather take the gamble and lose. How to break plateaus, how do you really train your weak points? And it couldn't be a better question. There's so many people that go in there, they do the same thing over and over again. They don't identify the problem is at hand. They just figure it's going to work out in whatever matrix they're doing. They keep doing the same thing, expecting different results. Do you guys realize that the definition of psychotic behavior is doing the same entire thing over and over again, expecting different results. It doesn't work that way, guys. If you want different results, you gotta do something different type of action, different plan of attack to achieve those goals. Otherwise, you're gonna end up with the same bowl of shit every single time, unless you guys change it. How do you change it? You have to be smarter than that. You can't be just a gym rat, a meathead going, no, it's going to lift, it's going to grow. No, it's not going to grow for you. Until you're smart, you know how your body's working, then you can apply what you've learned to a physical state to grow that and transform yourself. And not only transforming your body, guys, you're transforming your mindset. That you can overcome something. You get the confidence and the mental toughness to achieve something, not just in the gym, but every theater of life. I can't go into as depth as I want to on these topics because I don't have so much time, but on my site, man, go to my site. There's probably 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minute definition video blog like this on every single one of these points, but I'm going to as fast as I can, so try to keep up. Okay, you guys have to first understand your body. Your body, the Darwinism, the survival of fittest nature of your body, the main function is survival, meaning it doesn't understand that we're just trying to target just the bicep on a curl. You know, we're going to really strain that one muscle because we're trying to grow. It doesn't quite get that. It says, why are we just using the bicep when I had the back and legs? I use all these other points to get the body up. Because your body's function is make it most efficient as possible. It likes to survive. It likes to be a little fat. It likes to have carbs in our system. This depleted state where physically we look great, you know, isn't really that important to the body's functionality of survival. So what's great for the body isn't necessarily great for our goals, even though what's most efficient. And the other thing about your body is that when you do the same thing over and over again, which is why you get to a plateau, is that your body will find a more efficient way to do that same exercise. Believe it or not, your body is smarter than you think it is. It will go through the same routine, knowing what the routine is, reserve energy, and actually format it so it's easier, meaning you can actually grow it, meaning you can lift more weight, but your body will never really grow. It's just used to the system. It's like actors that are in theater, you know, it's the same thing, or someone does a show that's the same thing over and over again. It's just, after a while, it's just a rehearsal. They're not using their brain and to really evaluate the situation and apply what they've learned to make the best actions on hand. It's just like they know what's going to happen, so they keep on going. Well, that whole system and everything else is good for the body, but really bad for our end results, because if we really want to grow, we have to shock the system up, meaning we have to force it to adapt. The life we live, guys, is a differential of margins that's almost unmeasurable. What is successful and what is failure, the differential, are so small. We're talking about seconds. We're talking about, you know, reps. We're talking about the finest echelon of measurement that will make or break someone's life to be successful at that moment. And once at that moment successful, that gives a birth of a lifestyle that's unbeatable, second to none. But in order to have that first success, you must ensure yourself that you're giving it all you can today, because the future we don't know, do we? We're training for that. And when I hear people say terms like good enough, it bothers me to an nth degree, because they are saying something that is justified at the moment, but not quantitative until a future endeavor of life. So therefore, they are passing judgment on now for a future event that they knew nothing about. They're bullshitters. Good enough, if you think about it, good is a positive, enough's a negative. That's an oxymoron right there. It's hypocritical in its own sense. There is nothing that's ever good enough. The only thing that's enough is at the end of the day, the nth hour, the final hour, whatever you're fucking going for, that your hand is raised victoriously. That's when you know it's enough. And you're in the gym right now to ensure that that event goes your way. And it will never go your way, guys, if you're saying today is good enough. If you never say good enough today, I promise you tomorrow will always be enough. Whenever good enough isn't enough, you can bet tomorrow you'll have enough. I wrote this workout up, guys, last night, and I'm telling you, I'm a little fearful of it. I had a little bit of a nightmare about it. It's gonna take something else. It's gonna take that X factor out of you to push through this. But if you get through this, guys, you won't ever question the fucking terminology of society's weakness of good enough. If you make it through this workout, you will have enough to ensure your endeavors are fulfilled to victorious levels. Society is plagued with normality. Second place, for some fucked up reason, is the ultimate place. Because it's not too prideful, it's yet humble, and it's bullshit, guys. Second place is the first fucking loser. If you hit second, that's fine if you gave it your all. But if you every single day say good enough, good enough, good enough, and you come up second, well, you're nothing enough. The margins, guys, in life, that dictates a champion. Someone that's remembered, not forgotten. The legacies of life, the role models, the one that stands those tests of time I always talk about. Don't know terms like good enough. It's too fucking hard. And they failed over and over and over again so many times that they've learned what it takes to succeed. With failure comes success, and with success comes blueprints of fundamental principles that lead to success. Stop listening to the normality of life and everyone saying the way it is the way it's going to be for you. The way it is for you is blood, sweat, and tears today to create a foundation of strength for tomorrow. Those days combined into whatever dream you want to be a reality. We are always fighting for that edge, always fighting for that opportunity. So it's not past, it's not missed, but lived. We're not going to cry about those opportunities. We're going to smile, remember them, and thank God they came, because we were ready when they fucking came. You won't be ready if today isn't pushed with the strenuous nature and the pressure of the moment in the future that everything rides on. That stress of everybody on you, and it's a make or break moment in your life, must exist today with no one watching. If that's ever going to happen your way, you need that X factor. You need that leg up. It's too fucking hard. This workout will ensure that you never have to question your intensity. You make it through this, guys, you're going to make it through life. I said leg up because that's what this is. It's a leg workout, and it will bring you a leg up in life. It's intense, man. I'm not sure I'm ready for it, but the challenge of that inspires me to fucking reach barriers I haven't been to, and I'm excited to share them with you. And you guys watching this, share them with yourselves and your friends, and together we'll be part of society that doesn't take second place as first. There's first place, and then there's forgotten. Leg up begins now. New workout for you guys. Bicep routine. We're gonna call this workout bicep bragging rights. Now you guys might be like, oh yeah, bragging rights, yeah. Well, you guys are small little dicks that are thinking that's the opportunity to go around and be boastful and start talking your game. You got the wrong mentality of success. Bragging rights is a right, and if done correctly, requires no words coming out of your fucking mouth. Success should always speak for itself. Success is also the ultimate revenge in any misfortune in life. People that go around and talk about shit, guys, haven't performed it or done it. That's why they have to talk about it. There's a good ego and there's a bad ego. A good ego is someone that believes in themselves, but it's backloaded with performance. Belief and performance walk the same line, parallel with each other, champions. The bad ego is when the performance doesn't match the words. They cannot walk what they think they could be. So therefore they make up bullshit. They make up lies about what they've done and what they will do and all this crap, trying to convince the weak-minded individual to believe in them. But all along, they don't believe in themselves. That path is very short-lived. They cannot continue that because they can't perform that. All they can do is talk it. So at the end of that, the end state is not a champion, but a bullshit. Bicep bragging rights. Let your biceps speak for you, and you will have the right to brag. But again, champions, let success speak for them. If you have to talk about the success, guys, you cheapen the accomplishment altogether. The true champions are quiet. The critics of life, these fucking parasite society, has never seen the crowd from the field's view. They've also never taken a breath of air that's mixed with anxiety and pressure. They know no victory nor defeat because they never put themselves at risk. They've never shown up. They've never walked their talk. So therefore, we tell them to go fuck themselves in their opinion. We don't care what they fucking say. All we care about is people that can perform. And those guys and girls, they don't need to talk. Biceps, bragging rights. You guys ready for this one? Again, Miami Fitness. We're gonna tear these guys up, man. And they're gonna speak for themselves. Alright guys, that ends the workout, man. Bicep bragging rights. Think about that, guys. Bragging rights, the right to brag or the right not to brag. That's gonna be the difference. The people that achieve the small accomplishments in life, they brag about it. That's all they got. The guys that are actually the real warriors, the real fucking workhorses in life, they achieve it. Once you achieve it, you don't talk about it. Because in the achievement, you've learned the qualities of what a champion is. And it's not just about the title. It's about the mindset, the character of the champion. And there's no greater champion than the humble champion. And going through all that work and all the due diligence and sacrifice and finally come out victorious on top, you also come out a more peaceful person, you know, at ease, where you don't need to talk about it anymore. Because you're not doing it for some fucking third party anymore. You're doing it for yourself. And the greatest accomplishment is the way you feel about who you are. And it doesn't matter what they think anymore. Of course, if you wanted to, you could sit down and fucking tear them down to size in a second if you wanted to. But you know what? They're doing it to themselves every fucking day by themselves. By lying and bullshitting and being the critic and pointing the finger and forgetting that three are pointing back at them. You know, these guys that talk all what the agony of defeat is or the thrill of victory. You know, but then they talk like they're some fucking expert and they know all about it. There's so fucking many of them. Be one of the few guys, one of the few that walks the land without speaking words and just has fucking crowds of people following him. Look back in life at the leaders that we know, whoever your heroes are. They weren't the people standing up there at the microphone saying how great they were. I guarantee it. Bicep bragging rights. The right to brag or not will be your option. But I guarantee you, once you get to the point where you want to be in life, bragging isn't worth your time. That workout right there, 7 exercises, 2 exercises per exercise. So it's going to be a heavy to a light. That's a yin to the yang. Heavy is going to put the mass on the muscle by putting the demand and stress on there, the load bearing on it. It's going to force the muscle to be that little kid in high school who has ass beat to learn up to fight for himself again. That's going to be the demand. Now we bring in the supply of nutrition right after the gym. But before we do that, we go mass heavy, then to really light speed and endurance. So we're getting, you know, it's like a left-right combo right there, man. Biceps got no option but to get stronger or continue to be submissive bitch and get his ass kicked. Doesn't work that way. Greg Plitt, help me stay fit, man. Enjoy the bragging rights. Outside the parking lot, dreary, cold morning, Miami Fitness here. Why did I bring that up? Because it's up to the individual to allow the dreariness to set inside. Do we worry about external factors or do we worry about what's inside of ourselves? Those two different things are the two measures of confidence, positive and negative confidence. And negative confidence is an egocentric person. Bases all their performance trying to achieve third parties' agreeability, their likeness, their thumbs up, because we value their opinion. Those kind of people allow this mood and weather and everything to set in to dictate their performance of the day. There's also another side, the positive side of confidence, starts from within. That's called pride. That doesn't value rain, sun, you know, if there's someone in the corner looking at them, if it's 5 in the morning, 5 in the afternoon, that pride is always awake, always turning, always burning for the ideology of greatness to be matured into reality. That's internal pride. No one can alter that. But if you're coming in here with an ego, you better check it right here in the parking lot. Because because that will destroy your efforts in there. It also will probably destroy you physically, because an ego person puts others first in their opinion second. So they're always willing to gamble themselves to adhere to what the third party people want. That's a recipe for disaster, guys. Inside we grow. We start from here and it comes out. This workout's called Pictorial Pride. Chest workout. The pride from within is going to give birth to the strength and the capability of the fundamental structure that we can achieve this stuff. And from within, we're not worried about the sun, the clouds, the fucking people in the parking lots. We're worried about our mission at hand. And we're going to achieve that mission. They say the greatest achievement of somebody comes right after their worst defeat. When they've hit rock bottom, hit the bottom of the barrel, they got nothing left. Everyone's given up on them. They've lost all their worldly possessions. They're dead broke on their back. It's at that point, guys, when everything's lost, that everything can be gained. There's no more ego there, is there? They let go of, what if I fail? What if it doesn't work? What if I don't like, what if this person rejects me? The animosity, the pressures of society, they let it all go because they've lost it all. They're just now left with the intestinal fortitude, the pride within. Do I want to stay on the bottom of this barrel, or do I want to climb the fuck out of this hole? And that is a spark of what it turns out to be their greatest moment, their greatest hour. We can live that way, guys. Imagine the life you can live when you let go of the thought of failure. When the fear doesn't resonate inside of you to paralyze yourself in a self-paralysis state. When that's gone, the freedom. When you judge yourself on your own measure, you're not worried about other people's opinions. Because when you don't worry about anyone else and you just worry about what's in here saying, the pride of confidence, funny, all this is taken care of too. With one comes the other in a positive way. Miami Fitness. Early in the morning. Most people are sleeping right now because it's dreary. If you look at 365 days of the year, a good third of them are dreary. 1/3 of your opportunity to become something this year. You're gonna let it pass by? You're gonna get the fuck out of bed and make it happen. You might think that bed's warm, feels all comfortable. You come here, you kill it, give it everything you have, leave it all here. The warmth you feel after that, second to none, man. Second to none. No sheet can provide that comfort for you. When you give it all here, guys, and you leave it all here, you at your weakest state, bottom of the barrel. What's about to happen? Your greatest triumph. You kill yourself on pride in here, leaving nothing to spare. What's gonna come? The growth of opportunity. There's gonna be sun out here real soon, I guarantee it. Let's go. Last week, I got an interview for a dream internship with a professional hockey team. I went on the official site and found someone who had an important title and emailed him and called him every day, even though I got his voicemail, until one day I received a call back. I was granted an interview and I was on cloud 9. I went out and bought a suit, I worked on my resume, I googled the interviewer and was prepared, all the 7 P's, right? During the interview, he asked me what my experience was in the sports media and public relations field. I said, I don't have any, sir, but I'm willing to do anything and everything to be a sponge and learn for free. He asked me if I had a college degree. I said, sir, I've been going to night school for the last 2 years working on my associate's degree. School's been tough while still being active duty in the Marines, but I've been working hard on my degree and will continue to. He then asked to see my resume, which I could tell by the look in his face he wasn't impressed. I said, sir, I've been a Marine since I was 18. I've served 3 tours in Iraq. I've had more responsibility than anyone just walking out of college with a fancy degree. I've been in charge of lives and got them home safe. Greg, it seemed as if he didn't even care. He told me with my lack of experience in the industry, no fancy college degree, and a weak resume, he just didn't have an internship to offer me. I shook his hand, thanked him for his time, and walked out. When I got home and I looked in the mirror, I saw failure.
I saw a dream come to reality and realized it might just be that, a dream. Hard for me to read this, guys, because it's a trip down memory lane for me and shit I've gone through. Greg, how do I move past this? How do I become successful as a civilian when all I know is the military? Right now I lost my confidence and my fear of it. If I get out, I would feel failure would take over. I know you were a company commander, you were in the Rangers, and you got out and succeeded. Can you offer me any advice, words of wisdom, put some confidence back in me? Thank you for everything you provide on your site. You make us all winners. Anonymous, U.S. Marine. It sucks reading that. It's not fair. This guy's got more heart, more dedication. He's gone through adversity more times than anyone coming out of college ever has. Real life principles, policies, problem-solving techniques applied when it really mattered. Not for spreadsheet analysis, but for life and death. And a businessman who isn't half the fucking man he is, interviewing him, says I can't offer you a position. Fucking bullshit. That's life. It's not supposed to be fair. It's not supposed to be an easy sale of it. It's the challenges of it that make it worthwhile. It's the memories. It's the feeling of despair. How you got nothing left and no one's around to help and you're at the bottom of the barrel. That feeling so ingrained and so depressing that it flips the coin on itself and turns into the fuel, the internal drive, the motivation to see something through, to get out of that shitty situation. Where success is the greatest form of revenge. When someone says no and you say yes, and even though you get beat down, one day you rise above it. So much so that you're looking down on that motherfucker. But you don't say anything, because actions speak louder than words. Knowing how you felt at one time. Knowing how you feel now. One of the beautiful highs of life. From dark to light. From unknown to fame. I was always playing competitive sports since I was 3 years old. I remember, wrestling and stuff, before the match and stuff, he'd come and talk to me and stuff. You ready? And it's like the state championship or something, everything's riding on it and everything else. And he's like, how you feeling? I'm like, a little nervous. And he just fucking chewed me out. He's like, the fuck you nervous for? He goes, I don't know, I was nervous. He goes, explain that. I don't understand that. I don't know, Dad. I'm fucking nervous, man. What are you nervous for? I'm nervous. Maybe what if I lose? There you go. He goes, you won't lose. I go, okay, whatever, man. Get away. I don't have time for this right now. He goes, shut up. And he goes, this is the reward right now. This is where you get to show it all off. I go, what are you talking about? He goes, hours and hours, to the late hours of the night, thousands of them have been on that mat wrestling, in the weight rooms, lifting, running, training. And you get to take all those hours, put them all together, and explode them on the motherfucker on the other side of the mat tonight. This is where you get to show them all off. It ain't time to be nervous, it's time to be excited. Time to be pumped up. Then you get to grab all that ability you've been training so hard, and you get to show it off. If you're nervous right now, it's because you didn't put the time in the past, to make the moment today, the present, forever. That's the only time you can be nervous right now. It's when you didn't do the work. You have an untrained ability, colliding with an opportunity, and you're nervous because you might fail. Because you didn't put the work in. Whew. That's the kind of father I had. Man.
Everybody's asleep, man, or they're just getting home after a long night. You know, going out there partying. It's Friday night. It's close to 3 in the morning right now. You know, the thing is, man, it's always going to be a party. There's always going to be a time to celebrate, and there's a time to join friends, or a day to. I mean, the bars are always open. Always open. No matter how old you are, they're always open. You know. What's not always open is the opportunity to check the box in life, you know, to achieve your dreams. That's not always open, man. And it's funny, it's like, you know, I'm not saying you do it all the time and everything else, because everyone needs release in life. But it's funny when you're coming here and you're closing the gym up, and there's no one in the parking lot except for my car, and everyone else is probably getting home from some party right now, because bars are closed right now too. You know, they're probably going to sleep, and they're probably going to have to wake up and apologize to somebody for however way they acted, because that's not who they really are. They're chemically induced to be a certain way, to have the social lubricants, or to be able to talk, to be liked, and say they take something in order to be that guy. Just like people that do steroids, whatever else. I have to take this to be all that, you know, but who I am as an individual isn't quite good enough. That's why I need to take something and become somebody else. You know, it's a sad reality. Coming here at night, and you know, I don't know what it is about it, man. But like, man, it's just the air smells a little bit better right now. You know, when you say you're gonna do something and then you follow through and you do it. Not at the end when you cross the marathon, you finish it, or your hands raised. I'm talking about right now. The small steps in between the big successes that everyone sees. No one sees this. Right now, I'm saying, like, there's a confidence to it, man. There's a bad motherfucker that's right here, you know, that's getting ahead of the competition. There's an overwhelming sense of fulfillment and pride and satisfaction with that. You know, I didn't have to shoot up anything. I didn't have to drink anything. I didn't have to go party anything. All I had to do was just go work out. And now what's going to happen is a residual effect of that. Not only does my body grow, but my belief in whatever my current endeavors are, they're just, they seem closer. They seem like, you know, I can reach out and grab them now. And you don't get that sense of confidence by going through society's rhyme to reasons. You know, you do your own thing, you know, especially when everyone else isn't doing it and they call you crazy or whatever else. Oh, you're in here, and people driving by being like, what the fuck's that guy doing up so late? Well, what's up so late mean? I don't know. It's the moments in life, the decisions you make on a moment-to-moment basis that add up to be the guy or not the guy. Tonight, I did something, you know, that I feel more of a guy. For me, who I am, my guy. You know, repeat that over and over and over again. It's just, one, it's a better life. You feel like more confident, you have a better sense of reality. You know, the way you go about your day is in a more productive fashion. You're more goal-oriented. They all just synergetically go together into a movement, a force that's very unstoppable, man. And with that success come a lot of people that are, you know, gonna applaud you, but the majority will hate you, man. They really will. They're gonna hate you because, you know, your success is a spotlight shining down on their misfortune. They fucking hate you for what you're doing is reminding them of their missed opportunities and stuff. So, you know, it's lonely, man. Just like being this only car out in the parking lot. But if you're cool with that, man, if you're cool with walking in the shadows of yourself, and, you know, the only person you got is the man right there in the shadow, man. How you doing? Pretty good. How you doing? All right, man. Cool. It's kind of weird having a conversation with you, but ain't no one else around because everyone else has faded way back then, way back there. You know, if you're cool with that kind of walk of life, I'll tell you, man, the world is your playground. You will rewrite the book on it all. Time to go home, get some sleep. And the sleep I get, by the way, I've earned. I'll be dead asleep in no time. But I'll wake up mentally clear, confident, excited to redo this again tomorrow. Day in and day out. We create the destiny. Champions are never born, guys. They're created. Today, another nail in the structure. Fired up, man. Fired the fuck up, man. Motivated, pumped up, man. Early still, man. Early. Some people just getting up, going about their first endeavor of their day. We've already done a few endeavors, man. We already kicked some ass. We like a taste of that. We want to kick some more ass. So the next endeavor we're doing, because we put value in our day. An hour in the gym wasn't just an hour where we just go in there and check the box and we get, fuck no, man. We had a plan of action. We went in there and achieved that fucking plan. We spoke the words and we walked the motherfuckers. Now here we stand, energized, spending energy in the gym, but we created more energy, a mind-body connection, a belief, a quantum physics of it all. Energy expelled, value in what we're doing, and the belief in something, hard work behind the belief, grows into prosperity of something. Fuck yeah. We didn't just wake up and grab a fucking shower, you know, wash our nuts and then grab a coffee for some energy to go to work. No, we just earned some fucking energy. That kind of energy, once lit, never goes out. Work better get ready for this, man. Your other employees and shit at the house, you know, the people you work with in those cubicles, they better duck and cover, because fucking heat's coming in. That you've earned, guys. You do that every single day. You are what you repeatedly do. In anything you do. If you look in the mirror and you frown upon yourself, you created that. That's not an accident, it's a habit. Just like you look in the mirror and you smile because you see excellence. That's not an accident, it's a habit. You guys need to start taking responsibility for your actions. When you start taking responsibility for your actions, you start to find the belief in what you're doing, the passion behind it. You create value in what you're doing. There's no longer mundane tasks. Everything has a purpose and an end state. There's a direction to a designation. If you don't like the designation you're going to, well, you can't change that overnight. You cannot change it overnight. But you can change the direction overnight. So if you are looking at your life right now and what you do every single day, and it's a one-way street to hell with no return, that's not so fucking appealing to me, man. I don't want to be part of that. So get off that fucking beaten path society says is so right. Believe in yourself and what you're doing, man. Say, fuck that. Now, that is going into nowhere. I don't want to be nowhere. I want to ensure that I am some value to somebody, especially myself. So I'm going to change the direction of where I'm going. That direction can be changed in an instant. It's a mindset. Just like when we walked in there. That blitzkrieg, what it is two forces joining. One is the belief in what you're doing. Like Muhammad Ali believed so much he was a champion. He said he was a champion before he was a champion. That's the belief. It has to be that way. That's the steering wheel of life, the direction. Then what's going to fire that through is the engine. Your undying will. Your conviction to see it through. That was Michael Jordan's quote. I failed and failed and failed and failed. And because of that, I succeeded. You learned and learning, got stronger and stronger. It's like that steel going into the lava, get hotter and hotter and hotter, and you know, just hammered into the strength, the tensile strength of it all. It takes that kind of pressure of life to create something that stands the test of time. And it doesn't happen overnight. The direction can change overnight. The destination slowly will. It's like a big cruise trip, guys. It's a fucking cruise ship. Meaning you're sitting there, imagine your life right now is a big fucking Carnival cruise, which you probably don't want to be on right now because they fucking sink and the shitters go up and everything else. But imagine a Carnival cruise, right? That's society's life. Big old fucking cruise ship, out at sea, just chugging away. For that motherfucker to turn left, it is forever to turn. It takes forever for that big vessel to turn. We aren't society, man. We aren't that big ship of life. We're a fucking speedboat. Don't look for a free ride on a fucking big boat. Be a speedboat. Because in a speedboat, not only can you go faster than a big vessel, but you can turn on a dime. You can run circles around that bitch. You can recreate the route to success. Don't follow the herds, guys. Set your own trends. Greg Plitt, thanks for watching. The Blitzkrieg. We just blitzkrieged our back, combined the belief and the strength, the will to do it. Now we're gonna take that same mentality that we just earned, that energy found, and blitzkrieg the rest of our day. Have a good one. If you give it all you have, you're gonna get max potential back. And then who knows what can come. That's the beautiful thing. If you don't show up, guys, you know the outcome. You'll never get the job, never get the part, never get the girl if you don't show up. If you show up, you're putting yourself in a situation to create those opportunities. And when you show up, how hard do you go? That's the faster that opportunity will come to life for you. It's up to you guys. But I applaud you for being here. I applaud you for watching this, encouraging you to incorporate this in your workout. You'll see the gains like I did, and you'll fall in love with it. Even though it's tiring and exhausting, and you're sweating your ass off, and you're tired as can be, small down payment that you're willing to pay every day for the large investment of a greater life. You only got one life, guys. Again, if you work it right, you only need one. Greg Plitt, thanks for watching. Car gets you from point A to point B. What's a car? Is an engine to drive that car, right? And a steering wheel, the direction of where that engine is driving towards. Both of them are the forces you need to turn this workout, this back workout, into the barrage of excellence it can be. Let's talk about those two things real fast. The steering wheel, the directional path, where you're headed in life. That's your belief upstairs. Before you walk in here, you already know what you're going to do. There's a plan of action. Therefore, every action has results and bears the fruits of your labor. It must be that way. You don't go in here blindly. You go in here with a fucking purpose. Mentally believing in it, like Muhammad Ali. He called himself the greatest fighter before he ever won something. He believed it. He had a strong directional path of where he's heading. That's the steering wheel. But then you need an engine. An undying will. Commitment. The effort. Even though you get knocked down, you get back up, and you get back up, and you get back up, and you continue to throw shit against the wall. Because you believe in the purpose, you find value in it. That was Michael Jordan. He said, I failed over and over and over and over again I failed. And that's why I succeeded. Two examples, Muhammad Ali, the mental belief, the directional path, believing in the endeavor, that he can achieve this. So much so that he called himself a title before ever was. That's how much he believed in it. And once you believe in the path, then it's time to put the work in. It's the engine in the car. Going to work every single day when no one's watching. Paying your fucking dues every single day so that this belief rises to a level of maturity that others are like, fuck yeah, man, way to go. Both of them must collide in an unstoppable force. A blitzkrieg. It's a popular military term. Very famous in World War I, when Germany took over Poland in a blitzkrieg fashion. All forces came in and converged on that motherfucker. Unprecedented force. Poland couldn't even fucking throw up the flag, man. Throw up the flag. This back workout is gonna be a blitzkrieg. We're gonna take all of our forces and collide them into one. The steering wheel, the belief of what we're doing, the directional path, plus the engine of the car. The effort inside, the undying will that wants to come out and be remembered. You must have them together right now for anything in there to come in your favor. It's early in the morning right now. Half these motherfuckers are still sleeping. We're not, because there's only so much time in the day, and we can't let it pass by. Most of these people are going to get up and go to work 9 to 5, right? Put their 8 hours a day in. They're not being paid by the hour. They're being paid for the value they provide in that hour. So when we walk in here and kill this fucking workout, the hour it is no guaranteed success. It's the choices you make on every fucking rep, every set. When the pain says hello, do you say goodbye? What are you doing? How bad do you want it? Or you already see yourself stronger from it before you enter it? You had the value and the vision up here before you applied the effort and the work in there. It must be that way. And if it's not, take a fucking moment, gather your thoughts. Realize why you're fucking here. Realize that you're gonna pay the payments today on your terms, not later in the day when someone else is paying them on your ass. That notion, if you had that belief, both of them colliding, then this workout, this blitzkrieg on our back, will bear the fruits of your conviction. Let's get on. Blitzkrieg style. Strap up, gear up. It's yours to win right now.
You know, and know you're not alone. Everybody I know in my personal life, in the industry that I'm in, has faced this adversity, this recession. Recession
is a universal term, meaning it affects the strongest of the strong and the weakest of the weak, the richest and the poorest, and everything in between. Everyone is getting hit by this. I feel this situation that we're in is one to embrace and embark on. This is a situation that you will find your true colors of life. You also see the true colors of your friends right now. Everything rises to the surface. There's no more bullshit right now because shit has hit the fan. And who's going to stand up? Once everything else if your foundation, guys, is built upon your looks or your body or the money you have or the family you have, if that is the rock of which you've built your identity from, well, when shit hits the fan, that motherfucker crumbles. And then you're left lostless. You don't know what to do. You've lost your identity in life. It's not until you build the foundation of self-worth, integrity, principle, character, sacrifice, due diligence, work ethic, sweat equity, those blocks that we learn in the gym will stand the test of time. Will remain standing after the greatest storms. Because you know who you were before the success. Those blocks gave you the success. And if the success crumbles, those blocks will still bear the fruit of greater success later. You can count on them. If you win the lottery and you get all this money, you're not rich. You're just about 5 months away from being poor again. Because you don't understand the concept of it all. You have to go through the trial and error of life, like Sam's talking about, that he's going through right now, to find out what you're made of. This time right now is not a bad time. It's a challenging time. And in hard times, the outcome of hard times, if you make it through.
Sometimes in life, the answer isn't always revealed forefront. You learn the reason behind it later in life. And later in life, you get hit with adversity where so much is riding on you. Not just you, your family, everything's riding on us. And you overcome it without even losing your wind. It's easy for you because you paid the price and hit failure over and over again in here. So when it mattered out there, guys, victory, motherfucker. Who's the victor? You guys are. For killing it in here. Again, guys, something in life's gonna be hard. It's either gonna be hard in here that you put yourself through, or someone's gonna put you through something hard out there. I'd rather control what I'm going through than being put to a subjective nature of somebody else. Guys, pay your prices right now. When you pay for it right now, it's an investment. And the growth potential is limitless. Limitless.
You know, I hope it is fucking hard. I hope it's so fucking hard that no one can do it. That way, when I do it, I'm that much more ahead of everybody. I want it so fucking hard, to be so hard and so challenging, that when I get it, man, I reap all the reward. I don't want luck in the equation because I don't need it. You start saying terms like that, man, you're someone that believes it. You got confidence. I don't give a shit what the endeavor is. You're gonna find a way to do it. That's the differential right there. That's the confidence that no matter what's in front of you, the never say die attitude drives you through it. And all your shortcomings and your failures along the way don't set you back, but just gives you a report card of where your weaknesses are and your strengths so you can rebuild that weak chain of life to continue the path to success. Asking how hard it is looking for second place. Saying I hope it's fucking hard and no one can do it, because that way when I do it, I'm the sole survivor. That's somebody that's gonna fucking do it. Not only do it, raise the motherfucking bar. I have no doubts that guy's gonna do it. That's how you gotta be, man. Before you embark on it, you've got to believe that strongly that you will cross that finish line. Smooth and steady, that society likes, because they don't like too much, abruption or abrasion in life. Everything is smooth and steady. Smooth and steady is not the way to be remembered. It's not the way to get to your goals. Life is too fucking short for that shit. It's getting hard right now, Ethan. That should be, a tangible remembrance that you're on the right path.
You're on the path of change. You're on the path that is going to lead to someone that you want to be. If it was so easy and everything else, you're on the wrong path, man. That should just wake you up every day. Yes, I'm doing something right. I'm on the right path. Go into these endeavors, these changes, these transformations, knowing it's going to get worse before it gets better. Accept that. Welcome that. Just search for that. Because those are the challenges that creates the betterment of who it is at the end. Without those struggles, those pressure plates of life, then there is no molding of the character of who you are into that person. Being a ranger isn't a name. It's a value. You can't go buy it. You gotta earn that shit. In life, if you want to be remembered, you can't go buy that either. You can't be some trust fund baby where mom and dad gave you everything and expect to live a life of fulfillment. No one can give you that satisfaction. You gotta be willing to lose something to gain it. And the process of losing it, the transformation, that process, where you're going for it, that's where you find yourself, man. That's where you really find that you're living. Ethan, that's what you're doing right now, man. You're living. Don't be scared. Don't be thinking it's too hard, man. It's all right. It's never been more right. Don't listen to other people. Their opinions should never value anything in your mind. Those other people really are looking at you, voicing their opinions just because they can't do it themselves. They're weak. And so they're going to tell you stuff like, dude, I don't know why you're doing that. Why are you putting all that detail up in the ceiling? Why are you doing that? Doing all that stuff because as you grow ahead and you get further and further along, you are broadcasting, shining light on their shortcomings. And they don't like that. They were comfortable until you came along and challenged them indirectly. They won't be so manned up, manly to tell you that, though. They won't be that honest. They're going to tell you, man, yeah, you shouldn't be doing all that work. Nah, shouldn't be doing it.
What is life? What the fuck is your life? Are you happy with it? And if so, is just the intake and outtake of breath that makes you put a smile on your face? That's something your fucking mother gave you. You haven't earned that. What have you done with your life to make it something else besides the normality of everybody else? The intake and the outtake of what you call life is nothing more than time. And unless done something with, it's forgotten about. There's no footprint of your existence left for anyone else to follow. Life is time. And a life that's remembered, where a footprint is followed behind in footsteps of inspiration and motivation, is when time is met with opportunity and action. They collide to be a life of remembrance. The problem is, most people don't have a plan. And without a plan of your own life, you become the plan of someone else's life. You're not running the day's running you. The differential between those people is belief. One person with belief overrides 100 people with just intent. Intent is thought process, thinking, wargaming it, never putting a foot forward, never putting their face or their name to the fire. Belief is going after and figuring it out along the way. This workout is going to bring that belief back in your life. It's a back workout. And after this workout, not only will you have a stronger back, you have belief and confidence put into action. Life. No longer is your life filled with stop signs and yield signs and halts and this shit and fucking unauthorized motherfucking signs. Life begins now. If it doesn't begin now, your life is fucking over. Well, that's the workout, guys. I'm fucking exhausted right now. And I feel like shit, worn out, no energy. I can't wait to go to sleep. Seriously, I really feel like
My heart's gonna explode right now. It's not a comfortable feeling at all. I'll tell you what. The feeling I feel right now, as bad as it feels, is a fucking hell of a lot better of a feeling than a life where you throw the towel in. That's something you never recover from. Tomorrow morning, I'll wake up stronger. I'll feel alive. And I'll have the belief and confidence backing me up. After a good night's rest, I can only get better. When the towel's down in life, there's no more rounds, man. You threw it in. I feel like shit right now, though. I can pick the towel back up. I'm gonna be stronger tomorrow, the next round. Life, guys, is the plan of action. If you don't have the plan, I guarantee you someone's gonna use you as part of their fucking plan. Stop fucking going about the day as a servant. Become the master. Run your day and stop having it run you. Believe in yourself. Be that one of 100 that has a belief instead of just fucking jaw-jab talk of intent. Huge differential there. Differential is somebody just breathing life and the other one taking the most of the opportunity of time of life. Remembrance. Otherwise, forgotten. Greg Plitt, help me stay fit. I'm so fucking tired, I forgot a backpack on. Greg Plitt, you're putting the shirt on. Still though, both times, help me stay fit. Have a good night. Wake up stronger. The harder you go, guys, the harder you go, the more you get out of it, man. You only live fucking once, man. Why waste a minute of it? You guys will realize one day the most valuable asset you had, the most valuable asset on earth is a depreciating asset of time. And the more and more you waste it, the more and more you're saying, fuck it, I don't care about living. Wrong answer, man. Wrong answer today, wrong answer tomorrow, wrong answer twice on Sunday. Again, guys, you have the fucking purpose. There's a reason you're here. If you don't have a reason to be here, and your actions here won't have a result, you're wasting your time. Don't come here and just love tap it like you do at work. Fucking, this is your life, man. Fucking hit it with some fucking passion. And you're going somewhere in life. The hardest thing in life, guys, isn't doing this stuff. Isn't going past your current levels of comfort. Hitting new levels. Getting knocked in your ass. That's not the hard part of life. The hard part of life is when you don't have the time to do this anymore and you didn't achieve everything you wanted to do. And you look back on your life knowing there were pockets throughout your existence where you could have applied yourself. Now all that's left is you in a self-arrest, self-paralysis state, thinking, wow, I could have been great. Wow, I could have done something with my life. Now I'm stuck with this shithole of life I'm in. Think of that. And you're in here hurting, man. You're wondering, how do you go on? The better question is, how can you not go on? That tires the old you, man. The shit that's no longer acceptable in your life. Beat that shit the fuck out of you. Had it with yourself with that. Had it with all those times that you came up short. Not because you didn't have the ability, because you didn't have the heart. Unacceptable. Unacceptable from this point forward. That's all with demolition right now. The fact that you will never not have the heart to go the distance. Your talent, your potential, you'll build on that. Your strength, you build on it. But your heart, that's something you can't live without. Non-negotiable. This thing is getting a little loose there, isn't it? Fucking breaking the goddamn sledgehammer. Piece of shit. Hold on a second. Next time I need that fucker to come off. Alright, next one, guys. these guys, much like the bodyweight flies. We're gonna be doing 3/4 push-ups here. That's what I see. After a hard workout, it's always pretty cool when you stand completed, stronger for it. Yeah, weaker, but stronger. You're unbroken in the equipment you use is broken. This shit. Worked this fucker too hard, man. Fucking thing broke on my ass. As pissed off as I am. That's going the distance right there, man. That's leaving it all there. Fucking you're breaking sledgehammers. Fuck yeah. That, my friends, is leaving it all there, man. Nothing for you to think back on, thinking, if only I went a little further. I got nothing left right now. Can't go any further today. Tomorrow I'll be stronger. Maybe go a little further then. I'll take the most of the opportunity presented myself. The most intensity I had. Leaving it all there. The rest, let it fall where it will. I can't control that. I can only control the non-subjective. What's between my head, what I do with these hands, how much intensity, heart, passion I put behind it. At the end of the day, that's what matters, man. That's what makes a difference. You lose some battles in life, but if you always put your heart and passion forward first, as your main objective, you will win the war. You will be remembered. You will live a life that's proud. It's a legacy for others to follow. Your place on this earth will be remembered. Your markings will be left. That's all good, man. You will learn more from failure than you ever will success. But fail on your terms. Out here, your terms. Not when it really matters in life. On someone else's terms. That's not a good recipe. That's set for disaster every time. 12 exercises, go as hard as you can. In between your exercises, your rest portion. You're banging this tire. A lot of variations. You come over the top. You can go left-handed. You can go right-handed. You can go high to low. Variations. But forcing your muscles to burn without oxygen. That's what we're doing here, man. Building that endurance. Our body does not like this. It does not like it. So what it's going to do is get stronger tonight. Repair. It has a demand now to get stronger. Right, with that right rest and nutrition, man, it will achieve that. You'll be a stronger, more capable person because of this effort. And then when it really matters, when everything's riding, you have the strength and perseverance to see it through. Because you paid your fucking dues here in the middle of the fucking junkyard. When it's getting dark and everyone's looking at you like you're crazy. I'm sure I made some people's nights on those trains looking at me, saying, oh, life could be worse. I could be out there with that fucking guy. Jesus, he looks like some fucking murderer. Probably so. I don't give a shit. See, they're on the train, man. Trying to get from point A to point B. See, I'm private jetting that motherfucker there. Greg Plitt. Thanks for watching. So, being out here, man. Nighttime. It's so, like, right in so many ways. And, like, so wrong to anybody looking on. That's a good combo for me, man. Whenever I can kind of, like, make someone question what the fuck I'm doing, they're noticing for a reason. Gotta be on the right path, man. Highways right there, people in the car, stuck in traffic, trying to get somewhere in life. Yeah, I'm right here, getting exactly what I want out of life. Love it. Greg Plitt, thanks for watching. Sledgehammer demolition workout. Demolition because you're destroying something. You're destroying that question you can never answer. Later in life, looking back, times erased. There's no longer opportunity to do anything. The question, the debate inside your head. What could I have been? Could I have been more in life? You're destroying that question for you later in life. The answer's always going to be, you did everything you can. That's a wrap, guys. Greg Plitt. Thanks for watching.
The difference of success and failure, guys, isn't a lack of strength. It isn't a lack of knowledge. The differential is a lack of will. Add the will, man. We come out here, we break the monotony up. No longer in the gym where everyone plays it safe. We're breaking that motherfucker up because we want more out of life than the normality. That's why we're here, guys. Pissed off for excellence. That's what we're doing. Come at a gym where we can throw some shit around, get some frustration out, release some of the stresses that are going on in our job, our relationships, our careers, wherever else. We dump it all here today. Grow the body and release the stress. No one's around. No third-party subjective natures that we're trying to gain likability to. Just us. And what we're gonna do is that enough for us? We won't know until later if our hands raised or not. We put the work in now, the best of our ability, leaving it all fucking here. To ensure if it doesn't go our way out there, we know it wasn't because of any shortcomings of effort done today that lacked tomorrow's prosperity and greatness. No, no, no. We're here right now by ourselves, finding our roots, building ourselves up from the rubble, building that foundation that weathers all the storms of life. That's what the fuck we're here for. That's why we're here. Some people call it psychotic, Greg. Oh, you're out in the fucking whatever again. Fuck off. We'll see how much further I go than you.
Voltage, man. Nothing but energy. They put up here danger, danger, voltage. It is a danger because the perception on how you see something will override the reality of what it really is, meaning the mindset, the quantum physics of the world where everything is energy. This bottle right here by Metrics is energy in a form, same as my body. It's how you see something that will parlay into being a reality or not. Starting from within. How do we do that, guys? Belief in ourselves. That the adversities of life can go our way, our favor. What am I talking about? A crazy fucking world that we live in, where everyone wants to point their finger, these fucking critics of the world, forgetting that three are pointing back at them. So quick to sit on the sidelines of life and judge the players, the champions, the ones that show up to the arena and give it their all. When they give it their all, yes, they are subject. Judge me, motherfucker. I'm doing what I can right now. And they're so fast to judge them on their shortcomings. But they haven't earned that fucking right to judge them, have they? Because they are on the sidelines, they're in the bleachers, they're not on the fields of friendly strife. Smelling the air mixed with adversity, anxiety, and passion and strength. They don't know that feeling. They don't know the difference between victory or defeat because they've never put themselves out there. But they're so fast to be quantitative and such a judgmental status that they've achieved a way to judge the individual being more than they are. Fuck those people, man. They're throughout our lives, man. Everybody in this town, if you really look at it, any town you're in, any profession you're in, the world is filled of walls, headlights, stop signs, all this shit that will rob you of who you are. That exists, always. It doesn't have to exist within. Meaning, don't be a stop sign in your own life. Don't be someone that adds fuel to that fire. Don't run with the packs of life. Be the individual. The one that creates trends others go from. That's evolution, my friends. That's how it works. Who we were years ago, back in the day of someone like Leonardo da Vinci, Albert Einstein, Helen Keller, blind and fucking deaf. What they achieved, guys, was within the same 24-hour period of a day. 365 of them in a year. Their years were limited. They didn't live as long as we did. But what they achieved is epic proportion that we still talk about as inspiration. Here we are with more of an ability to achieve. Yet so fast to sell out to the naysayers of society. To get the agreeability of the common lethargic nature. It feels good. It's energy, guys. It's all energy. What you surround yourself with is what you become. If you're constantly surrounding yourself with people that are using and pulling and bitching and fucking complaining about stuff, how can you not become part of that? quantum physics is the energy source of life. And as strong as you think you are, when you surround yourself with a negative energy source, your body absorbs that. You can't help, you gotta cut that fucking sling load loose, man. Get rid of those people. This workout, guys, it's a chest workout. It's a motherfucker in itself. This workout is not for the ill-hearted. It's not for the weak. It's not for somebody that wants to go in the gym and just fucking check the box and say hello. It's a war. And like wars, guys, there's many different types, fought for many different reasons. This one is called a chess crusade. And what is a crusade? Crusade was a term used back in the 11th, 12th, 13th century. Catholics fought for the holy ground against the Muslims at that time. They fought for a higher purpose. It wasn't about man-made politics or man-made fucking lines of attrition of where one body starts and another fucking land begins. It was about a greater purpose. A purpose from within, a higher power purpose. The holy ground. The holy ground that created life form, the energy, the fucking voltage of life. That higher ground's within us too. It's the belief of what we can be. Inside of us is two people. One person is what everyone else outside looking in sees. The other person is what who the fuck you are sees from within. That's the holy ground, guys. Everyone has it. For that to bear prosperity, for that to actually rise to a level of which other people take notice, clap their fucking hands, inspiration, aspiration to become more themselves through your valiant efforts. It must start with belief. To bring that holy ground inside, that belief who you are, that the internal message, the internal vision of who you can be overrides the crowd's disbelief of what you can't be. Because they want you to fail because they feel better about it. Fuck that. Chess crusade. We'll fight even something bigger than that. It's gonna take everything you got. This is not an easy fucking workout. This is not a novice workout. There's no intermediate stage here. It's 100% fifth gear, balls to the fucking wall. Miami Fitness is our dojo we're going into, man. Don't come unless you're ready to fucking win. Chess crusade, man. Yeah, it's high voltage. Danger, high voltage. In some fucking box, locked and keyed? No. The high voltage is inside yourself. It needs to come out. Don't put that in a box, man. It's a war of many battles. The battles are fought every single day for betterment, to bring that belief to the surface of what we always knew we could be. I mean, isn't it about time you guys become the person you always knew you could be? Shut off the volume, the speakers of society telling you what you can't be. Listen to the voice from within, the energy inside, knowing you can be more than this. Where there are no limitations, excuses, negative energy. It's just high voltage of positive energy. This workout, the crusade, many battles, easily won on a daily occurrence. The war will never be won. Because that war is a better life. The life of inspirement, where you lead others who join you in that endeavor and create something epic that we talk about back in the day with Leonardo da Vinci or Helen Keller or Socrates, all these people that did something beyond their scope. Back then, everyone laughed at them for being different. Let those fucking peasants of the world laugh at you now for being different, because that's beautiful. And laugh back at them for being the same motherfuckers everybody else you fucking see. This workout, when you finish this workout, guys, you should have an internal fucking voice hitting so hard inside yourself. Like mama sitting there ringing the dinner bell. If not, your job ain't done yet. Turn the fuck around, dot face, come back here and finish the day. Because this day is the start of evolution of the person you always be remembered for, called legacy, motherfucker. So guys, Chess Crusade, man. 8 exercises, 3 sets apiece. All but one Or tri-setted, supersetted. Fucking murder, man. That's what sometimes you have to do. You gotta kill yourself in order to grow yourself, man. I'm not saying it's fun. I'm not saying that, you know, I'm in there with a fucking smile on my face going through that episode. You know, beating my own ass. I'm not saying I'm enjoying that process. But if everyone's ass is gonna be beaten one way or another, equally, you just have the option if you want to beat your own ass, or do you want someone else to beat your ass? Well, the more I do that, the less anyone's gonna beat my ass, I'll tell you that much. Crusade's a holy war, guys. Fought for a lot more than any man-made titles. Something that is a higher power. That higher power is inside yourself too. Dying to come out. Person no one sees but you. Give birth to that higher power. It happens with belief, that's how you feed it. And with payments of pain, sweat equity in there. Belief plus pain collides into the legacy of someone no one will forget, ever. Quantum physics, it's all energy, guys. That energy is dangerous, like that high voltage time. Why dangerous? If you don't know how to use it, it can actually paralyze you.
Every single day is another opportunity that you can turn it around, guys. This air we're breathing is life. You can take this life and transform it the way you want. Drive the car you want. Drive your destiny into what you want, your dreams, and make them a reality, guys. You can do it every single day. You can wake up a certain day, and that person you woke up with, you can say goodbye to that person that day and go to sleep a stronger person, or a better person, or more forgiving, or more compassionate. Whatever it is that you're lacking, once you have the knowledge to know that this is what your makeup is, this is your one weak link, now you've identified that, now you can put different things that you've learned throughout life and applied what you've learned to fix that weak chain, to make the whole unified person of who you are, mind, body, your name, your character, the integrity and honor that you carry yourself with, into somebody that's respected, that's remembered in life. Otherwise, you will be forgotten, and gladly forgotten.
Remember I said the sun was going down? Well, it's down. It's to bed. The sun is gone till tomorrow morning. So what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? We're gonna go home and slam our protein within that 45-minute window, man. We're gonna feed our muscles and put our muscles to bed too, so they wake up in the morning even stronger, ready for the next day, ready to come in and kill it again, improve every single day, guys. This is a little saying I live on, and I think you guys should try to incorporate this too. My question to you is, what makes for a good day? Huh? Think about that for a second. I'll tell you what my thing is. What makes for a good day for me is that I go to bed that day a little bit sharper mentally and physically than when I woke up that morning. If I can go to bed stronger mentally and physically than when I woke up that morning, and I can combine that day with another day and another day to make a good week, to a good month, to a good year, there's nothing out there I can't control. Nothing out there I can't overcome. Nothing out there I cannot become. You know, it's all within the space between these two hands, between these two ears. So, it's up to you, man. Everyone has one life to live. How do you want to be remembered by? You know, it's your call. Anyway, I'm tired. Go to bed. Greg Plitt, help me stay fit.
This workout, headstrong. Because that's how you have to be. Mentally tough up here. If you guys mentally believe you can do it, your body will find a way physically to make it happen. If you are short up here, it doesn't matter what you do with these guys. It will never materialize into anything. No dream will ever become a reality. You guys have got to believe in yourself. Headstrong, mentally tough. It's the only way through the bullshit here in life. Winners, the difference between them and the spectators is that the winners have a belief that overrides the crowd's disbelief every single time. Their belief is so strong, even though they hit failure, they get knocked on the ass, they're finding the intestinal fortitude to stand back up again, face the same challenge, learning from the previous mistakes, and make it happen. Winners fail a million times. What makes them a winner is that they believe in it, they're headstrong. Nothing's going to stop them. The spectators have tried it and failed it and remain sitting down. They don't get up anymore because they don't believe it enough. The naysayers' disbelief overrides their ability, potential, and mental capacity that they can be more than that. Champions' life are headstrong. You come in here headstrong for this workout. It's gonna take everything. This is madness. This is a super fucking psycho workout. But if you have it up here and you go through it out there, guys, you will leave here not only physically dominating, but mentally unstoppable. It all starts today if you're ready to transform. Why are we outside right now? Before we start a fucking workout. Our mind's ready, our body's ready, we've done our little pussy stretching, or, you know, our muscles are ready to do this stuff. Why are we out here? Because the world's fucking out here. Everyone else has these goals in life where they hold them inside, they don't let anyone know because they don't want anyone to have them accountable for that shit. So what they do is they say they're gonna do a change, but they don't tell anybody, and they kind of go about it. In the event that going about it's too tough, that they can pass judgment on just themselves without having that third party subjective nature passing it on them every fucking day as a bullshitter. Another member of the long fucking line of losers of this world where second place is good. Now we're outside right now. Why are we outside? Because we want to fucking transform, man. So why are we gonna do what we're gonna do? We're gonna get a little more motivation. We're gonna tell everyone motherfuckers out here that we're here to fucking win. This is my fucking time! Get in line! That's how you do it, guys. You fucking commit to something. You tell everyone about it. And no matter what, they honk and cheer for you. They get behind you. Instead of being one of those subjective nature losers in life that beats you down because you're doing better than them and you're reminding them of their failures. And here we start. Get the mind right, the body will follow. Tell the world, get a goal, achievable goal. And then day by day by day, you start to do that goal to make it the reality, guys. It's not guesswork, it's a science of intensity. And if you don't have the intensity, got a special for you guys here, man. Got a whole new workout, abdominal workout. We're gonna call this the abdominal assault. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna assault the objective. Everybody wants these abs in life, right? Everybody wants a six-pack, because in this world, man, image is everything. If you got abs, it means you're in shape. But you know, you gotta go after and make that happen. That opportunity doesn't just present itself. Opportunities don't come knocking on the door. They present themselves when you knock the fucking door down. So today we're gonna go in there and we're gonna start planting the seeds of the harvest that we're gonna bear fruits of later. It doesn't just happen one day. You don't just wake up with abs every day, but it comes every single day, man. It's called perseverance. Every day showing up, paying your fucking dues. It's not gonna happen one day where you just wake up and have them, man. You gotta earn that shit. You gotta take what's yours. You can't expect someone to give it to you. Progression, man, is a key to happiness. Always in a progressive state of progress. You stop progressing and stop moving towards progress, then all of a sudden you lose purpose in life. When you're always moving forward and having a belief in something, then all of a sudden what you're doing actually has purpose, and that makes it very valuable. Perseverance will always override potential, always override genetics, and perseverance isn't this marathon of life. It's not this long race that we have to pursue. It's a lot of short races, back to back to back. Every day we get up and we fight for it, and we plant those seeds in the ground of what we want to bear fruits on. So what I got here, guys, is 20 exercises you probably haven't seen before. All these exercises are going to move and shake and create those opportunities we want. If you want to go through the pain here, if you're willing to sacrifice today, that sweat equity today for tomorrow's betterment, meaning you're willing to plant that seed on fertile ground of something that you want to see, you know, blossom in your fruits of your labor that you can harvest later. It begins today, guys. You must be that person now that you want others to remember you by later. Ab assault. Get ready. We're gonna rock this one out. Miami fitness style. Alright guys, just finished up that workout, man. You know, it's kind of Saturday afternoon. Too many people there, man, I'll tell you that much. Aren't too many winners out here in the world. That workout in there, no weights involved. Just our body weight and our ego. How bad do we want it? We made something happen right there that's going to transform the rest of our work in the gym. I mean, we broke the monotony up, made our body guess, and shocked to new situations. Take that kind of rubble back into our normal workouts. Exponential growth comes. When you do the same thing over and over again, you get the same results. When you shock it up like we just did, get ready for a little bit of a tsunami coming in of success. I don't know what to say, guys. I mean, in all honesty, if you want, I mean, there is no fundamental like secret here. It's called hard work and sweat. If you have that and you're willing to provide that in exchange for a better life, well, everyone will make that deal with you.
if you're willing to give up that for pride, accomplishment, feeling of self-worth, if you're willing to make that transaction, Miami Fitness is your bank, and it's open every single day for your transactions. Make your deposits every fucking day. Pay your dues. Become the person you want to be. It's the easiest fucking equation in the world.
What is chaos, guys? Chaos promotes change. That's what happens in our life. We get older, things happen, things are taken from us, things we earn, lose, everything happens. It's a change, revolving. It's a wave of life that you either surf or you get tumbled by. I'm always using metaphors, guys, well, I got another one for you. This is called a coffee cup metaphor. Coffee cup that's in your hand, your option. If you want to jingle that motherfucker looking for some loose change and beg it, or if you want to drink a latte in your fucking Maserati going down the street, your option. Chaos, we create one or the other. You're either going to be a bum on the street or a guy, a millionaire in the hills. Your option. It's how you deal with chaos. There's chaos and there's fucking madness. The differential is one's done on your terms, the other ones are done against your ass. In here, we're gonna create the variable, create the chaos. What happens with chaos? Change. Our body isn't ready for it. Mentally, we've already designed it. We are in the driver's seat of this. It's either we go in there and create the chaos, or we come out here and have life dump it on us. It's gonna happen one way or the other. You know, I say confidence is perishable, use it or lose it. You know, and the body's perishable, use it or lose it. You know, you've got to test it in order to grow it. So yeah, we go to the gym and we hit failure because failure is a friend. Failure helps us to grow. We welcome failure. You know, fear and failure, I think, are the real assets, artillery to really transform and grow if we're honest enough to look at them as assets and not rejection or negativity. So the same way with this is that, you know, working smarter, not harder, using all of our tools, you know, to really build something. Not being fixated on what everyone else does, you know, but the balance, seeing that there's many different ways to do it. And these little things, when I say, you know, your confidence is perishable, it is. You have to test it. Going up to that good-looking girl that you think's way out of your league and saying hello, take some balls, man. But you're challenging yourself, you're building your confidence. Even if she says no, who cares? Everyone's failed. Every hero in the world, role model, failed. Society doesn't remember the failures, they just remember if you succeed. They remember if you showed up. They remember if you gave a shit. You know, make sure you're one of those people that does show up, not sits there as a critic and points their fucking finger at everyone else's misfortunes or missed opportunities when they haven't even tried it themselves. Don't be an expert on something you've never tried. That's called a fucking critic. But in order to grow your confidence, you do little tests like this, different little things. You see every little small innuendo, your friends' stories or despair and stuff. You talk to them, you open up, you lend yourself to them because you learn something from it too. And you challenge your confidence. You know, you don't stay around the same circle of loser friends. You try to find a more elevated friend, someone that brings the best out of you, that challenges you, that keep growing it and growing it and growing it, man. You know, that's what keeps you young. That's what keeps you excited. That's what keeps you getting up in the morning for a purpose. So it's all about the balance, guys. And at the end of the day, you gotta be a little selfish. You gotta make yourself whole. You gotta love yourself before you can love somebody else, is what I'm trying to say. So these people around you, if they aren't providing a purpose, if they aren't, you know, a purpose of motivation because they're successful or they're inspiring, they make you laugh or they make you feel good, keep them. If they're draining on you and they're just a debt to society, kick them the fuck off the dock, man. Throw them down. You don't need them in your life. They will bring you down and decrease your potential of who you can be. Not only people, guys. I'm talking about negative energy in work environments and social settings. You know, find out if it's working, guys, and do not fall into a comfort trap. A comfort zone is your danger zone. Just because it's comfortable, it's probably wrong. I know it sounds weird, but we all get all comfortable and we go through the motions and it's rehearsal and we no longer are thinking it's just comfortable. No, if it's comfortable, you're not forced to adapt to anything new. So therefore you're not growing anymore, you know, intellectually or physically. You're just going through the fucking motions. Going through the motions is gonna be repeat resolutions every single year, guys. What I'm saying is that if you're in a job opportunity that you need the kind of money, but you absolutely hate it, you know, and you always wanted to kind of break loose of that, why not try it, man? What's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? You fail, but you're happy, meaning that you did something. You decided to do it, you said you're gonna do it, and you did it. If it doesn't work out, at least you know the outcome, you know? You know, I'd much rather try and fail than wonder what if the rest of my life, if I could have won. You know what I mean? I'd rather fail 300 times. Everyone that's out there that's ever succeeded anything in life, guys, that have really done something inspirational and is a historical landmark and person of society, They failed 1,000 times before they achieved that one thing. Don't think that your first failure means you're going to fail totally. No, that's your report card. That's the greatest thing in life when you fail. Because in failure, you find out where your shortcomings are. So then you can apply your efforts to improve those shortcomings and make the whole picture better, guys. If you don't fail, then you don't know what to improve. You just keep improving your strengths without ever having to improve your failure. That right there is bullshit. That's your comfort zone. Because you don't want to be comfortable, man. You always want to be pushing the envelope. So you guys are in a busted situation with a relationship or work, take a look at it, man. Is it working? Is it workable? If it's not, maybe it's time to cut it loose. I know it's scary, but you will find a new person inside of yourself for doing it.
We don't grow in the gym. We don't grow while we're lifting. We grow when we come out of the gym and we recover and rest and repair those muscles. When we go to the gym, man, the smallest point of the muscle belly, right, is called a sarcomere. Inside of that, protein filament is called actin and myosin. There's 3 actin and 2 myosin in the smallest form, right? Those cross bridges that connect those two. When we contract our muscle, the cross bridges bring the actin protein filaments over the myosin ones. And as we start lifting them, we rip the cross bridges, making a separation there. That separation, all this blood goes, and that's a pump, and you're feeling that so alive, and that great high you get in there. Well, that's when it rips and they separate. So you must then rest to have these things grow back, elongate to get back to their original protein, actin, and myosin filaments. That is elongation of muscle. That's the growth we want. Overtraining is going to make these things. There's millions of them, guys. So when we rip these things, right? These can go either to the original ones at the point of origin where they ripped from, or they can digress to something right next to it, even closer. So what I'm trying to say is that if you guys are overtraining, in essence, you can get weaker. We're going to go into a lot of things. We're going into overtraining. We're going to go into the DOMS effect, that delayed onset muscle soreness that we get, that feeling. We're going to get injuries from the gym. Are you injured or are you just hurt? We're going to go into different elements of heat and ice at battle. Which one's better there? We're going to do self-prognosis with the rice factor of rest and ice and compression and elevation. So we got a lot to go into, a lot more on my site, guys, but I'm going to just speed through this and get through as much as I can to give you guys some information on really how to recover after the workout. That X factor that we just put into ourselves, that great lifting we just did, to get the most bang for the buck. Make sure we get all the work that we did in the gym turned into principle of muscle growth, whatever our goals in the gym are, that we get all that. We just did the work, now let's get paid for the work, right? If you guys are coming out of the gym and you're not resting, that's the equation, right? You have the 4 equations, with lifting, and then your cardio, and your diet and nutrition, and then your rest. They all hold equal weight. If you just lift every minute of the day, you're going to get weaker, guys. You got to have time to rest and recover. So let's really get smart here to know what the recovery process is so we can optimize our efforts in the gym. Okay, so back to what I was saying, those actin and myosin filaments, when we rip them, the overtraining aspect is this. There's millions of them, so they either go back to the point of origin or they're just going to go back to the closest one. So if we rip them, and now we're supposed to rest, right? But we don't. We overtrain. We get back in there first. We get back in there again before they've totally grown back, right? What happens right here? They won't grow back. They'll go back to something closer, and hence shortening the muscle belly, making yourself weaker. Overtraining, guys, like I'm speaking English to you guys, there's a body language that your body is telling you every single day. It's like a baby. A baby's crying and everything else. And I'm like, oh, what's wrong? Well, he can't speak English. We have to guess what that is. We're trying to learn the baby's language or what the crying is. What's causing that discomfort in the baby? So people pick up the baby, they start petting it and stuff, they give it food, they start singing songs. Maybe the baby's like, yo, my shoe's too tight, man, loosen it up. Maybe that's the problem, we don't know. But the more we learn the language of the baby, the more we can assess what's wrong and fix the problem. Same with our bodies. Our bodies are always telling us something in the gym. We might go into the gym and be like, man, I just don't feel alive today. I don't know what it is. Your body's telling you something right there. Or we're going to the gym, we're feeling lightheaded, or we're getting dizzy, or our energy levels are down, or like you don't feel the pump or anything, or everything just feels heavy. All of these things are languages. Like I'm speaking in English, guys. It's telling you, yo, listen to me, motherfucker. I'm trying to tell you something. The quicker we can learn that language of our body, understand what it is saying to us, apply what we know that means,
We can marry each other into success a lot faster. The mind-body connection is not just a high, it's an education process of knowing how our body works, applying the fundamental principles to our body to make it enhance the best we can, okay? So don't negate those principles that your body is saying to you. People are like, oh man, you ain't training unless you're puking, or you ain't training unless it's raining. All these egotistical people, it's their pride talking, guys. Mentally tough is good. You want to be strong. You want to push past adversity. When you're feeling like, oh man, 2 more, let's go, let's get it. That's all positive, but there's a fine line between that kind of energy level and then being stupidity. Courage and stupidity, fine line. Same with like love and hatred, extreme emotions, fine line between the two of them. So we gotta make smart decisions here. Overtraining. What is the definition of overtraining? Overtraining is nothing more than your physical activity, whatever it is. The level of your physical activity, right, exceeds the level of your physical recovery. That's all it is, guys. So it means when you're going in there and you're ripping those actin and myosin filaments, boom, you're not giving enough time to grow back. You're going in there too soon. You're jumping the gate too soon. I know you guys are, you're like, hey man, if the more I hit it, the faster I'll grow and everything else. Yes, in a way, it's a very fair society in the gym. No one gives it to you, take it away. It's yours to win or lose, right? It all comes down to what you want to do with your hands and drive your body into the dream reality of what you want to live. But you have to be smart. You can't go too fast too soon. It's a marathon, guys, not a sprint. If you sprint it out and try to do too much too soon, a lot of things are going to happen. You're going to overtrain, right? So you can actually get weaker. You're going to burn out. You're going to cause injury. Injury, what is injury all about? Are you injured or are you hurt? Two totally different things. If it's an acute injury, right? Meaning like a strain, or maybe you got bruised or something, or just you torn something, or a slight tear, injured. If you're hurt, that means, man, no matter what you do, man, you've got to take time off. A doctor's got to come in, evaluate the situation, apply medicine or therapy or physical therapy to help that before you can get back. You're not 100%. If you continue to work out while you're actually hurt, all you would do is enhance that problem. And it's like a fucking herpes, It's a gift that keeps on giving. You never get out of that. You always be working around it. You never get 100%. If you're going to go into something, go 100%. Otherwise, your true potential is never going to be reached. So injury, we have to do self-assessments, guys. So if you go to the gym, and by the way, everyone's injured, guys. It's called life. I cannot tell you one time in my life that I've gone to the gym where I've been 100% across the board. I always had some kind of bruise or a pull or a strain or soreness or maybe just a headache or just mentally my mind's somewhere else. There's always different things going on. But you push through that. So I want to tell you guys, just man up and push through it. But there's a fine line between that because, yes and no, right? If you're injured, guys, if you keep pushing it past that point, you're not gonna. You're tough. You're mentally tough, but you're just gonna cause that injury to keep reoccurring. And so your workouts are gonna start digressing, and then all of a sudden the worst thing's gonna happen is mentally you're gonna start thinking, man, this sucks. What am I doing, man? I'm not getting results. I'm putting all this work in. I'm not getting the back end return. What am I doing? Fuck this. I'm out of here. And you're done. Your confidence goes to shit. You feel like a failure. All from one little injury because we didn't assess the problem. So when you guys go into the gym and you feel something like, oh, I don't know what's happening there. My back's a little sore or whatever else. Maybe it's minimal. Maybe it's just an acute little strain, a little acute injury, something we can fix on our own. Maybe it's more. Let's find out. How do we do that? Okay. Well, you start. Let's say it's my shoulder, right? My shoulder is kind of feeling all bummed out and everything else. Let's say it's red, it's sore, it's the point tendon and everything else. Well, that's soreness and everything else, the redness. The pain we feel is inflammation around what's injured. The pain isn't injured. The pain is just giving you the emotional knowledge that something's wrong here. And then it's all red and everything else. That's your visual representation. So when you go to the doctor, you say, yo, it's fucked up right here, man. Something's wrong, But before we go into the doctor, give it a week and test it out. So how do we test it out? It's a RICE principle, R-I-C-E. It's an acronym meaning rest, ice, compression, and elevation. So first thing we do is we gotta rest it. If you feel that problem, you guys can still go to the gym, but you gotta tell your workouts around that injury so the injury is protected. So you're not causing more damage to what could be already severely damaged or acutely damaged, okay? So rest is very important. Second thing is ice. Ice, what's heat and what's ice? All right, it's two different things. Before you go into a workout, that's when you want to do heat. Before an activity is heat, half an hour before. If I have a little bit of a pull or something I'm working through or something, I don't think it's something serious and I need to get checked out by a professional doctor. What I'll do in this test period, I'll get some icy hot, some Bengay, Flexol 454, some kind of cream, put it on there. Half an hour going into the gym, get the heat going, get that blood moving and circulation going. That's what you do before the workout. Maintain that through the workout. As soon as your workout's over, that's when you ice it down. And when you ice it down, it's like a bag of ice, 20 minutes or something else. Better than a bag of ice, guys, go get these plastic little cups. Paper little cups, right? Put ice in there about halfway up. Cups this big, halfway up. Put them in the freezer. Have a bunch of them in there always, right? When you have a problem, right, in the shoulder, grab that ice after your workout. Peel off the paper. So there's this much paper and this much ice, right? So you have a little ice cup. And then you're going to put that on there and you're going to massage the ice into it. It's better than an ice pack. The ice pack, there's only so much surface area of cold compression hitting it. When you have a thing of ice and you're massaging it, it goes deeper into whatever the targeted problem is to really help slow down the blood and the inflammation, the swelling of it, so you can, it can recover faster. So that's the ice. The next thing is compression. If you have an ace bandage or something, wrap that guy up. Keep compression on there. It'll help the inflammation, help the swelling, keep it controlled. Last thing is elevation. Gravity is your friend. Lift it high, man. Let that gravity start pulling all the inflammation out, all the swelling and everything else. So we test it out, we see what it is. Also, stretching is very important. Why is stretching important? Or any kind of light cardio? Because it increases your wind, right? So you're increasing your circulatory, and you start moving blood through. So you're moving different elements, minerals, and vitamins that help repair that. Your white blood cells and everything else. Same with stretching. You're elongating the muscle, opening up different channels to get more blood in there. It's going to help out. But let's say over time, man, we're still feeling that pain. It's not going away or anything else. Gotta get checked out, man. Period. Gotta get checked out. I know too many people, including myself, that have just been too stupid at times and said, I'll push through it, push through it, push through it. Right now, I got a bum shoulder on my, that's what I'm doing. I got a bum shoulder still. And I went to the doctor because I went for a while, and it's actually something that I can't fix. It's something that surgery has to go and do it later in life. Now, why did it happen? Genetics, I don't know, overtraining, going too hard when I was early on before I was really smart about all this stuff. So hopefully you guys can learn from my mistakes and find that problem that probably existed, 5, 6, 10 years ago, and I didn't address it properly, so now I have a problem here. I can still go, but one day it's going to fucking hit. And then I'm going to have to go get some surgery. I'll be out for a couple months. And doesn't that suck? Because when you're out, guys, when you have an injury and you keep pushing it, pushing it, pushing it, what will happen is you push yourself into the hospital bed, or push yourself out of the gym for 2 months. And what happens there is we get this mental problem in our heads, this depression that, man, before that mind-body connection was so strong because I felt alive when I went to the gym. I felt like I was on top of the world. Now all of a sudden I'm bedline, I'm sideline. I can't be part of it. And what my medicine, what pulled me out of the depression, that physical activity of work, dealing with stress in a physical state is no longer an arsenal in my weaponry. I can't use that because I've injured myself. I wasn't smart. So now I'm just sitting there thinking about how much it sucks and I can't do anything. It's like my hands are tied, Then depression starts hitting in, and then one thing, a domino effect, hits another aspect of your life to another aspect of your life. Then you're just buried in a hole, man. The debt of life. Depression. Doesn't heal itself, guys. Alright. So, but then again, when we go to the gym also, if you guys haven't worked out for a while, you get something called a DOMS effect, and everyone gets this. If you haven't worked out for about a week, or you're doing a totally different workout, something you haven't done, for example, I tell guys on the site, if you guys have ever gone rock climbing, you've never gone rock climbing, and after that rock climbing routine, that workout of rock climbing, you can't write your name. Because you've used so many different muscles in your forearm you've never used before, they're so sore. And you're like, oh my God, what happened? Or if you just hit legs really hard and you try to sit on the john, you're like, whoa! And you go crash into the toilet because you don't have the strength anymore because it's so sore. Sore like point tender. You touch it and you're like, whoa, man, someone gives you a hug, you're like, whoa, dude, man, you're killing me here. They're like, what's wrong with you? It's called a DOMS effect, a delayed onset muscle soreness. It's common, you can't do anything about it. It's your body saying, yo, you just kicked my ass, man. I wasn't ready for that. I need a little more time to repair. It's, they say 12 to 72 hour rule. It's really a 48 hour rule. So if I work out this morning, right, to cause that DOMS effect in a workout I haven't done before, I won't feel the side effects from that until the next day. Not the next one, the morning after, meaning a 48 hour rule. So the next morning I might be sore. The real soreness is going to come kick me in the ass the morning after the first morning, okay? Now, how do we get rid of that DOMS effect? And how do we, it's going to go away with time. Can we work out through that? Yes, we can. We can continue to work out. That's going to help it because it's going to increase the blood flow, doing light weight, high reps, push through that. Sports massage is really good at that time to really push all that lactic acid and the soreness out of it. Taking any kind of anti-inflammatory, Motrin and stuff like that, it helps out. Make sure you take it on a full stomach. Also, your cardio is going to be really good because it's going to increase your blood flow and everything else. So stay in a proactive state in that DOMS effect. Don't just sit there and just let it just soak in, man. Keep moving and exercising it. It's going to help that. They say it takes up to sometimes 7 days. But if you guys are more proactive and doing these different measures, those 7 days are going to be more like 3 days. Also, when you haven't worked out for guys for a while, and especially beginners who maybe this year's New Year's resolution is, hey man, I'm going to go and really change my life this year, and they're going to the gym, it's been about a week or two, now they're feeling really sore. Well, it's because you really haven't worked out before. So knowing that next time is you want to hit every major muscle group as fast as you can, so that delayed onset muscle soreness that happens for 3 days, it happens universally at the same body. So you're not doing chest and then taking 3 days off, then doing back and taking another 3 days off. See how long that can go? If we go in there and do a circuit train, we hit it hard to rip up the major heads of every muscle group, hitting the chest, back, shoulders, arms, legs, all within like a 2 day span, then that DOMS effect's going to come kick you, right? But it's only going to kick you for 3 or 4 days, and then you're going to be totally fresh. As long as you stay on that current path of working out on a frequency basis, you won't have that DOMS effect again. But still, then people are like, well, am I really getting a good workout if I don't have that DOMS effect? Am I shocking my muscles up enough if I'm not feeling that DOMS effect in there? Yes, you are, guys. You don't need a DOMS effect. You don't need that extreme every single workout. It's the burn we're going after, guys, not the soreness. The burn means you're actually pushing your muscles past that point of the current limitation, past failure and beyond. That's the growth right there, guys. You don't need soreness the next day to say good job, you know what I mean? The DOMS effect is going to come whenever you switch your workout up. If you're on a frequency basis and you're going to the gym every single day on a nice pattern and everything else, when you shock that workout up, guys, when you shock that workout up, it's something new your body's not ready for, DOMS effect will come start setting in and saying, yo, you got me, man. I don't like that. I'm going to get stronger for you so we don't have that again. So the more times you keep shocking it, the faster it grows, kind of like the blogger did for you guys before. It's like you can't stay in that comfort zone of life, guys. You can't just do the same thing over and over and over again. Same with eating, guys. If you do the same workout over and over again and you eat the same way over and over again, and you're like, dude, I keep going to the gym and everything, I'm not growing. You're not going to grow, guys. Your body's smarter than you think it is. It's going to find a more efficient way to do the exact same workout, which will take away from your end state results of growth, guys. It's 2 steps ahead of you. Same with eating. And everyone's like, well, what about, do you ever cheat meals? You must have cheat meals, guys. Whoever says you shouldn't have cheat meals, out of your fucking mind. When you guys are eating clean, right? Or no matter how you're eating right now, if you take a snapshot of how you're eating, your eating habits right now, that's normality, right? Your body knows that normality. It goes, boom, I'm used to this, right? Same way we shock our system, our physique outside, the external factor in the gym, we must do the same inside ourselves, in the internal factor inside our body. Okay, well, what does that mean? Well, if we're eating clean, everything right, low carb, high protein, low fat, eating real clean, 4, 5, 6 meals a day, or that one big meal, whatever your end state goals are, if we don't change that up, it's going to have the same effect as if we don't change our workout up, meaning plateau, no longer rise. Because our body is getting used to it. It's like no longer is it pass and go and collecting $200. It's just like straight to jail. The food's coming in, it knows exactly what the food is all the time. So it's like, oh yeah, same thing, go ahead man, you're good, you're good. It's like a checkpoint on the street, and Bob that works there. You come pulling in, you got a red car, and Bob knows you come at 7 o'clock every day. You come pulling up and you just wave, hey, all right man, Bob lets you right through because you got a red car at the same time. Well, you come in at a different hour, or you come in a different car, hold up, Bob's holding you up. Like, yo Bob, you know me. Oh, okay, yeah, good. Same with the food coming through your digestive tract. If it knows what it is all the time, it's like, yeah, we're good, boom. All of a sudden you throw a cheat meal in there, right? Well, what happens when it keeps on saying, oh, we're good? Our metabolism just starts lowering itself because the body doesn't have to work as hard to break down the food. It knows the food. It's used to the food. It's the same diet and everything else. Our metabolism slows down. We don't want that. We want the metabolism high. Metabolism high is going to start burning up all the fat, get the nutrients into our body and everything else. So how do we keep it high? How do we keep raising that metabolism? Especially if we want to lose weight, guys, if that's your inside goal, that cheat meal. Now, the cheat meal doesn't mean, hey, my cheat day or my cheat meal, so let me really indulge here and really just destroy my entire workout and diet routine on this one meal. No, it's simple, guys. It's not 4,000 calories in one sitting. It's just changing it up. Throw some sugars. Throw something in there you like to eat, something that satisfies the appetite. Because really, when you're eating, guys, it's not about satisfying the appetite. It's about fueling the body. But in the cheat meal, you want to do that. You want to throw in something your body's not used to. So when it comes down the pike, at that checkpoint where Bob's sitting there, he's like, whoa, what is all this stuff? All right. So we keep them sharp, right? Same with your body. Throwing those cheat meals, it keeps it sharp. So it always has to examine everything that's coming through because it doesn't know. Maybe it might change. Keeps the metabolism high. Same with your workouts. You got to keep that high. The other thing about this body language and everything else I'm telling you guys about, and I'm trying to go as fast as I can. There's so much I'm missing. Go to my site. Everything's there, and a more like normal pace of talk. If you guys are feeling a little bit like when I go for a shoot, guys, I'm really dehydrated, carb depleted, and everything else. I'm in a state where I'm dizzy, I'm all over the place. But that's the price I will pay for the cover to look a certain way. Meaning, like I said in another blog, that the better the picture is directly correlated to the worse you kind of feel because you're so depleted and everything else, and you have this fake smile like I'm okay, but you're really just dying for this shit to be over. So you can replenish yourself with food and water and nutrients. I don't go into a workout at that state. I don't go into a workout where I'm that dehydrated or anything else. That's not a walking everyday look, That's just for shooting a cover or whatever else. Yeah, you stay lean and everything else, but you have to stay at a performance grade, at an optimal level, so that you can continue to grow and continue to improve. If you're that depleted, especially dehydrated, guys, you're gonna gas out fast. You're not gonna have the energy. You're not gonna get through that workout. So you're really gonna start slowly lowering your potential of what you can be. Especially with hydration, guys. And hydration is not just drinking water, guys. It's not about just having water and everything else. It's electrolytes. When you guys do a muscle contraction, right? When I'm doing a muscle contraction here, right? That's an electric process within the body. Electrolytes, the main ones are calcium, magnesium, and potassium. There are electric ions that consider like in stupid simple English, a spark plug of your car. Those are the electrolytes. That's what you need, that spark plug to get the whole system started so you can move it, right? If you don't have those electrolytes, you really can't, you're taking yourself out of the game, guys. And real fast, I just forgot something else. The DOMS effect, guys, it comes on the eccentric contraction of your muscle. Meaning, there's three types of contractions of your body. You have an isometric, a concentric, and an eccentric. An isometric would be something like if you're sitting here and you're flexing, right? You're just holding a form like this, right? Nothing's moving. There's no muscle elongating or shortening. That's an isometric contraction. If you sit on the wall and you do wall squats, isometric contraction. All posing, isometric. Very good, by the way, especially if you're going to a shoot and stuff, to really burn that up and really striate and see all the things you have. The other one is a concentric contraction, the shortening of the muscle. So if I grab my arm, I'm doing bicep curl here, right? And I bring my arm up, I'm shortening the belly of my bicep right here, right? Shortening it. That's a concentric contraction. The opposite of that would be an eccentric contraction. It's a contraction of a muscle in an elongated state. So like the negative rep, when you guys are doing negative reps or negative drop sets and stuff, or when I curl up, I'm bring the weight back down, That's the eccentric contraction. The reason why I'm emphasizing the eccentric contraction, that is where all the DOMS effect comes, guys. It doesn't come in the isometric, somewhat, not in the concentric, just in the eccentric, guys. The eccentric contraction right there, which is really good to know. So why is that? Because your body's not used to that. Everything's used to is lifting it up, not really letting it down, right? So think about your workouts. If you really want to grow and push past the failure, these drop sets and supersets are so crucial because it's shocking the system within the same universal lift that you guys have been doing. So you have a body member that really pull that weight down. You just hold it up as much as you can do on a drop set. You get killer results. You will get the DOMS effect big time too. But that DOMS effect is just telling you, good job, man. You just killed it in the gym. Get ready for some growth. Growth doesn't happen, guys, in the gym. Again, 360, we're coming back to the end of this now. does not happen in the gym. It happens after you come out in your rest and recovery period to make sure those actin and myosin filaments grow back to the point of origin of which they separated from, hence elongating the muscle. If you guys overtrain and stuff and you're not listening to your body's language, there are going to be sometimes you're going to go to the gym, you're like, man, I don't feel it today, you know? Well, that might just be that you're lazy, you know? But it could be your body telling you something. I can't tell you what these things are definitively to you because they're independently, you know, each Baskin Robbins 31 flavors, same with working out. Each one, we all have our own fingerprint. It's different for everybody, you know. The only way you guys can really learn this language is trial and error, going through the motions, seeing what this does and how your body reacts, what that does and how your body reacts. And you should be excited about that. That should be what yearns you to go into the gym and grow and get stronger. It's because it's not the same routine. You don't go to the movie and watch the same damn movie every single time, do you? No. You see different movies. Same with the gym. You gotta break the monotony, otherwise it becomes benign to you and you're bored with it. You cannot get bored in the gym. Always excited, always changing things up, seeing how your body reacts. It's like a big hide and go seek, you know? Which exercise is going to hit this one the best? Okay, and guess what? Once you find it, get ready for it to change because your body's 2 steps right there ahead of you, making it easier for you, so you gotta shock it up again. But again, the growth comes outside of the gym. So you really have to give it the right time of recovery. For a novice person, there's going to be more recovery needed than somebody who is who's been experienced in the gym. But that's going to change for everybody too. Find out what your optimal, rest period is. No, it doesn't mean to be days. You can tailor your workouts around different regimens so that you're doing chest one day. Like for me, I do a five-day split where I go chest, back, shoulders, arms, legs. Don't take a day off. So I go chest. Then I go back, shoulders, arms, legs, then chest again on day 6. So that's 4 days off for chest. Yes, I'm working a little bit of chest with shoulders. I'm hitting tries with chest and shoulders. So, you know, you tailor your workout around so you can always go into the gym, keep moving it, keep doing something different while recovering the major groups so they have a good 2 to 3 day window. Anyway, I hope that helps, man. Greg Plitt, helping you stay fit, man. It's the Shredded Part 4. We got one more coming to you at the end of this week. To wrap up the 5-part series. To see more of this, go to gregplitt.com and check it out. Thanks for watching.
95% of the game, like I said before, is right up here, guys. If you guys fucking believe you can do this, you can eat fucking Twinkies and become the fucking man. I know there's no scientific evidence for that, guys. But I swear to you, obviously eating right, resting, you know, having good cardio and everything else, all these things add up to equal weights and they're all very important. But none of them mean anything without the mental fucking state that today I'm no longer being a fucking loser. Today I'm gonna change my fucking path. I'm gonna get on the path of success. I don't care how long that road is. I'm gonna see it through no matter what. Because you know what? I've been living enough years in this shithole and I don't wanna be here anymore. I'm not happy with this, and I'm tired of making excuses. I'm tired of going through the same circular motion of shit. I want to be different. And last I looked, every single day I'm getting older, meaning I'm going to get older, I'm running out of time. I don't want to be this way. I want to get out of this. How do you get out of it? You say you're going to do it. You commit to it. You make it fucking happen. As you get into it, guys, and you feel that love, that sweat equity, that pump, that life that's found in non-tangible items as like the weights. There's no life in the iron, but when you grab and you start moving, somehow that iron brings life into you. You get that feeling, right? You stay on that path. Then you start applying all these other tricks of the trade and everything else. Finding out what the optimal supplements are, what the optimal, times to eat are, what the optimal cardio is. But apply yourself before you do any of this, guys. Don't make up another excuse that, I'm not going to join the gym today. I'm not going to go work out because I don't know how many fucking proteins or fats or carbs I'm supposed to be eating. So therefore, I shouldn't start until I have everything done. Life doesn't work that way. A little personal situation for me. I got a lot of goals in my life, and I'm trying to overcome one of them right now. And I'm like, as soon as I get this one done, then I'll move on to this one, then I'll move on to this one, then I'll move on to this one. Well, life doesn't work that way. You gotta be a jack of all trades, as well as a master of one. I know there are different ideologies, but it has to work that way. Meaning, life will not give you, okay, you've got 2 years to knock this one out, and then you have it done, and then we're gonna move it. No, it's an overlapping of everything, guys, and you learn it along the way. That's what makes it exciting.
Don't just get into the gym. Find that fucking love, man. That mind, the body connection. You're gonna feel invincible. And then when you have that's 95% of the game. The last 5% is what you're eating, your supplements, and everything else, you know? That's gonna just enhance all your work so you get the most bang for the buck out of it. But it doesn't matter what kind of bang for the buck you get out of it if you're on the couch. Because on the couch, the bang is shit. And the buck isn't worth fucking the paper it's written on. Gotta make it happen, guys. If you're 30 years old, right, and you give yourself this 1 year, and you get in shape, how fast will that year go by? 2010 flew by in my mind. So you're 31 and in shape. Once you're in shape, guys, you no longer have that body fat, right? You're lean. It's so much easier to stay in shape. The transformation is the hard part. Once you're in shape, to maintain an in shape state is simple. So you're 31 in shape. 60 years to live in shape. Where everyone is just like, oh my God, how do you do it? How do you do it? And not only that, guys, what Jake's talking about is how to lose body fat. How to lose. It's not about losing. It's about winning, man. It's about what you gain, man. I'm so sick of this society, and it's like, it's fucked up, man. When you go to the gym, Jake, sorry, I'm getting fucking emotional here. When you transform from 30% to 10%, that's not what you're gonna be most proud of. What you're gonna be most proud of, in order to lose that weight, guys, you gotta move your body, right? You gotta start repetitively moving things, moving muscles, putting stress onto the muscles. What happens when you put stress on it? You build muscle mass. This lean muscle mass is gonna increase. You're gonna start losing body fat, so now your energy expended is gonna be more caloric intake needed to move that. Meaning, the first pound lost is the hardest pound. That's when you actually have to step into the arena and say, yes, I'm committed, I'm gonna do this. After that, you know, it's easy. It's easy, guys. Everyone's like, has this big block, oh my God, it just seems, oh my years, no, I don't wanna look at that, it's too scary, I don't wanna look at it. But if you go and you try it for once, man, try it for a week or a month, you're gonna see, it's really not that bad. And then every single day, you just keep doing it, it's repetitive from there on. And then as you get better in shape and better in shape, it's not what you lose, it's what you gain. You get the confidence, the mindset to overcome things. You're seeing a positive energy within yourself, you know, resonating to other people. You're carrying yourself better. You're getting stronger. You're looking in the mirror. You're happier in your life. Everything's a win-win-win. What's the alternative? You're 30 now, next year you're 31, still out of shape, and you got 60 years to be out of shape. Always beating yourself up. This monkey on your back, I can't seem to get in shape, you know, I'm listening to this and listening to that. You listen to the wrong shit, man. Start listening to yourself. Start listening to why you're doing it. What the right fire inside of yourself is to make this thing happen. It's simple, guys. It's so much harder to be out of shape in life than to be in shape. Small prices. You learn in the gym, transform that to make you into something more, right? And through that process, every motherfucking other avenue in life is enhanced from it. You guys owe it to yourself to do this. Do I do this or do I not do it? Just get doing it, man. Just get into the motion and do it. Along the way, you'll find out, you know, what you're made of. You know, or you sit back and war game it. Well, if I do this, I gotta do this, I gotta calculate this, calculate that. You figure that out along the way. Just get involved. Stay moving forward. Don't be stagnant. Don't allow that pond just to sit there in your backyard, you know, with no movement. What is that pond? That's stagnant water. What grows in stagnant water? Algae and shit. Mosquitoes come and infest on that shit. No one wants to come to your house and look at that shit. It smells like ass. They get bitten. You know, that's a bad day. You know, put a sprinkler on that motherfucker. Get some flow in that thing so it smells good, looks good. It's a visual oasis, soothing to the ear and the eye. Oh, well, now it's a good pond. I know it sounds like whatever, but that is it. That's life. That's someone who believes in themselves or who doesn't believe in themselves. And that's the birth of every success. And that success is just showing up, guys. Just showing up. Failing, who cares? I've learned from that. So when the next time I show up, I'll be stronger. And showing up, and the perseverance to keep going at it, giving yourself the chance, is the difference.
Today it seems small, but those days add up to legacy, man. No one remembers anybody. No one remembers a fucking critic. Who's the most famous critic out there? There ain't no fucking such a title, man. The one that points his finger the best. Who is that? 99% of the world who points the fingers at the 1% that's actually doing something, making the change, living the inspiration for other people. See these opportunities, Rob, as like, thank you, God, for giving me the chance to grow. Because there's nothing worse in life than not being challenged, not having that anxiety, that fear factor. What if I lose? What if I don't? That moment is life. That's what's so great about it. And guys, when you're on the, when you're in the gym and you're seeing this poor guy or poor girl, whatever else, really putting in a valiant effort, man, really trying to do some good stuff here, but just doesn't have the mindset of where they're going. They doesn't have the directional path of success. They're willing to work hard, but they're going east to west when they need to go north. Help them out. By you helping them out, it helps you understand what you're saying. Being a teacher is a great way to learn what you're actually telling them in your own endeavors. It goes hand in hand. It's a win-win, man. Where you give is where you get to. Find out what your direction is. Marry that with successive information and knowledge. And don't be somebody that's just going through the motions. Someone that's just going through the motions isn't mentally attached. And when you're not mentally attached, you don't have that mind-body connection, man. Your actions then don't have results. But when you are connected, mentally, you understand what you're doing physically. Therefore, your actions have a reason. When your actions have a reason, then they have a result. That's a great thing, because the training process to transform requires a lot of work, a marathon, not a sprint. And when your work is getting results, it motivates you. See, I came in here for a solid goal. I achieved it. Now I'm motivated to do it again tomorrow. That will keep you on the path. Far too often, people are putting all this work in, but they're going backwards and they don't even know it. And so after a month or so, they're like, dude, man, I don't see this shit. It's a waste of fucking time. I'm done. And they throw in the towel. And they were right there, man. They had it all, but they just didn't have the information. Help these people out, man. I swear, you helping them out is going to make you feel better, and you'll get a better workout for it. Greg Plitt, thanks for watching.
You're on a path right now that you believed in. But now it's getting hard and you're wondering if you've got the fucking nuts to ride it all the way through. What you're wondering right there, that weak mentality, is the old you coming back. Don't listen to that. You've got to sideline those thoughts. Kick the fucking neighbor out. Don't let him in your house. Get rid of all these weaknesses. Accept the journey at hand, knowing it's going to be tremendous. But with tremendous effort comes tremendous reward. It's a worthy cause you're on right now. You're not telling me what it is. I think that's a mistake too. You should tell everybody what it is. Let everybody know what's weak about you. Because that's not who you are anymore. Just by saying it. It's right there, you're publicly saying, I'm better than this, I want to move on. I'm not scared of this. This thing is no longer going to be a handicap for me. I'm no longer going to be the servant of it. I'm not going to be the victim anymore. I'm going to identify the problem solve, fix it. Whatever it takes, and override it. When you do that, not only are you a betterment of a person, but you have the belief and the confidence that what the fuck's next? What else can I overcome? And the answer to that question is anything. Anything. But if you sit back and you war game it, and you're not moving forward, and you just, you start thinking, all right, how am I going to do it? Hesitation builds. With hesitation comes fear of failure. What happens if I do fail? Well, right now it's good enough. Everyone thinks I'm good. If I try and fail, they're going to see my weaknesses. Fuck what they think! Fuck what they think. They're seeing what the truth is. You are weak. You did fail. That's not a problem. That's not a negative. It's identified. It can be fixed. If never identified, never fixed. Once identified, worked on, then mastered. Moving on to the next thing. And the further you go, guess what? All these fucking neighbors will come around with all their dogs, wondering what you're doing. Trying to give you, act like you're crazy or something. Or something, what are you doing this for? You're out of your mind. What they're really saying is that they don't have the fucking intestinal fortitude to do it themselves. And they feel weak about that through your success and progress. They don't like that discomfort feeling. The way that they combat that is trying to bring you down. Make you're the crazy one for what you're doing. Makes them feel okay sitting in their good enough home. But then they come over 2 weeks later and they see what that craziness was inside your head. What's in here now stands in a reality for them to see too. Whoa. Then they go back and sit where they were. It's not so comfortable where that is. But for them to change, they have to go through the same process that you just did. They have to believe that the journey is a worthy cause. They have to accept the transformation down spiral for the greaterment. They have to accept living in shit for a period of time to then live in a palace. You're having a shitty day, Murphy's Law just hits you in the face 15 fucking times, and you're feeling down on yourself and everything else, and bam, the phone rings. And it's really good news, right? So you pick up the phone and you're like, oh my God. And you hang up the phone and you feel like, man, I love life. That was awesome. Everything's going well now. Well, excuse me? You trying to tell me that phone call, the voice came through and it's empowered you into being something more? No, mentally, you had bad news and you got good news, and also now you feel alive again. You guys, it's a mental, again, if you think you can do it, guys, your body will find a way to make it happen. Everything's a mental state, guys. So maybe going to get a new gym, new outfit, new whatever, new workout partner, whatever it may be, switch it up, might give you that zest again, might give you that new fire to keep it alive through these dark months of February, March, and April, till you can really see that clay warm up and actually mold into something that you want to be. Because once you see that, and once you see some third party say, damn, man, what are you doing, man? You look like, you put on some size, or, man, you look thin, man, you look great. All of a sudden, then you're like, oh, really? Huh? No, I don't know, just doing a little thing. Inside, you're like, fuck yeah, score, man. I'm fucking doing it. I'm actually saying I was going to do something, and I'm following it up and making it happen for a change. Instead of just being like everyone else in society saying, oh, feel bad for me, or excuses this and excuses that. How about we fucking grab our nuts for a change and actually mean what we say? Be a pillar in the community. Someone whose word isn't just voices, who stands behind it. That's the guy of responsibility. That's the one you can trust. His word means something. That's a role model right there, guys. That's what you want to be. It's not about how big your fucking bicep is. It's about doing what you say you're gonna fucking do. Seeing it through, man. So those are the things I do, guys, to keep the motivation alive. The other thing I would do is really cut the fat out of your life. Meaning, like a couple years ago, and I did a video blog very similar to this for New Year's resolutions for the members. And like a couple years ago, man, I hit rock bottom. I really did. Everything in my life was just turning upside down, And I really had to step back and really see what I was doing, because every time you point your finger at something and say, oh, it's that fault, there's 3 fingers pointing back at you. So the first thing you gotta do to fix something is evaluate yourself, see what's up. Do the pros and cons and everything. And when I say the pros and cons and everything, I'm talking about environments and people. Find out who you're associating with. If those people add something to you, if they give you something in return, or is it all just a give and take, meaning like they just take and then you give? That's a bad relationship, man. Get the negative energy out of your fucking life. These people that you're around, they're always complaining and everything else. They're taking part of your soul. You only have so much to give every single day. Why waste it on that, guys? When the plane's going down, they always say, you gotta put your gas mask on before you can don it on a kid. Why do they say that? Because you're no good to that fucking kid if you're dead. You gotta love yourself in order to love somebody else, guys. You gotta be whole and happy with who you are if you never help somebody else out. I might not have tomorrow. There's some things I wish I could go back and do a little better, but I did them the best of my ability with my intellect at that time, of my education, what I knew. Obviously, as you get older, you get smarter and more intelligent, more savvy of social settings, business operations and stuff. But I made the best choice I could at the time. That's who I was. That created that failure or that default. I learned from it, created me more strong and capable now. We don't learn in success, guys. Success, we don't learn shit. We only learn in failure. How we came up short, that we see the gap where we are and where we want to go. That gap is a report card on how to fix that weak chain in the chain of life, how to reapply our efforts to make it more effective. So that this is us, not here. This is the fucking us. And then we're ready to die whenever that comes. Because that's we don't have, you know. Like I said, confidence is perishable. Use it or lose it. Perishable, you also grow. In the gym, we grow by pushing ourselves to failure. Same with the job market, guys. Failure doesn't mean you're not successful. You're only not successful when you don't show up and you don't have the perseverance to continue the journey. When your word means more than just vibrations in your throat. It's backed up with action, motherfucker. You're gonna do good, buddy. And this challenge right now, this feeling you have right now, you better thank the Lord for it. Because this, I guarantee you, in 4 months down the road, is getting through this moment, this little nugget of life right here, this little pressure plate. It's going to be what makes, whether you win it or not, it's going to be the make or break 4 months down the line when the situation you're in then is everything. These are all stepping stones. These are all league games going into the divisional games. We're not at the World Series yet, are we? That's 4 months down the line. And you better go through these, learn from them. So at the final hour, you deliver. And you deliver with 100% potential on board at that time. 40% isn't hesitant, allowing fear to set in and overtake you with self-paralysis. No. You know, the best way, when something's in your way, the best way to get around it is to go right through the motherfucker. Not to run around this way or try to get over this way or dig a hole in it. Right through the motherfucker. If I don't get this time, I'll get next time. Greg Plitt, help you stay fit, man. Friday night, guys. 1 in the morning. On the streets of Burbank here outside Miami Fitness. Another moment of life. Our lives, what we create, are made from the decisions we make on the moment-to-moment basis. Champions are never woken up and born into success. They're created, they're matured, they're struggled and weathered through that effort of hard work and dedication and sacrifice to achieve that championship status. It's these moments, these decisions we make on a daily basis. Do we get up early and go for a run? Do we hit the snooze button? Do we go that extra rep in the gym and our body's dying? Do we push past that? All these little things are the inches that add up to be the measure of difference between first place and forever forgotten. Second place. Huge margins. But if you look about your day and all these little moments of life, all these little opportunities are in your wheelhouse. You create them. And later in life, when you're crying because you came up short, stop being so selfish. Look back on your day, examine it, put it under a microscope, and have responsibility for your actions. Those inches you need to be number one then, which is now in the past, are around us every single day. It's not a bad break, it's not the ref making a bad call. It's that you get up that day and do those little tiny things, the little details, the little nuggets of life. That's what adds up to be the difference. And if you're gonna sit here and complain why you came up short, without taking responsibility and looking at yourself internally first on all the opportunities you decide to pass on for comfort, then you're a shallow person, guys. If your day doesn't challenge you, don't ever expect to be changed by it. They go hand in hand, especially in the physical arena, guys. Strength is not from the efforts in a physical state. No. It starts with an undying will, belief that the journey you're about to embark on is a winnable course of action and that you can do it better than anyone's done it before. That belief is so ingrained in the will of the individual that creates the driving force of physical strength to turn into a maturity of something. Mental first, then this guy follows. If you don't have it up here, this motherfucker's lost. It's like you driving down the street with no map, no idea where to go. The daily choices. In the gym, guys, gravity hasn't changed as I looked. Fundamental exercises are pretty much the same.
It's a systematic approach on how you design those exercises that will lead to that shock and awe factor. That shock being your body forced to adapt to new situations. That adaptation is what we call growth, guys. Doing the same thing over and over again does not challenge us. So therefore we cannot grow from it. It's putting yourself through the fire constantly. That leads to the character of the individual and the will. That's where that is born and bred from. Otherwise it becomes benign, monotonous, boring. It's the challenges of life that creates the will and the confidence of the individual. The perishable aspects, meaning if you don't use it, you lose it. Just like in the gym, if you don't work out, you go soft. If you don't challenge your confidence level of who you are, well then you'll get soft mentally too. It's the challenges and the struggles and changing shit up that challenges us to create something. It's common physics, guys. So if gravity hasn't changed and all the workouts are pretty much universal as far as the exercises, what's the underlining key to success? The structure of them. How you go about your day, how you order them, how you repair them, how you give them nutrition. All that stuff is the mindset of a champion. Thinking before acting. You don't just go in there and start throwing weight around. You have a purpose for every action. Therefore, every action has a result. This workout here is systematically designed for growth. That's all it's about. But in order to find that growth, you must first feel the pain. Two types of pain, guys. Pain that kills you, hurts you, injures you, and there's a pain of progress that changes you. That's what we're going to embark on. You go in here welcoming that. Your workout doesn't even begin or end until you have felt that. Then you know you've done something today. You can check the box that the opportunities have arisen, the choices you made are for tomorrow's investment for the betterment. That's success, guys. This workout here at Miami Fitness, late at night, man, Friday night, everyone's out partying. I love that, man. They're all out there getting fucking wasted, man. I'm in here getting stronger for it. They get a good night's sleep with rest and nutrition. I'm gonna wake up, they're gonna be hungover. I'm gonna wake up kicking ass before they even know what hit them. Choices we make, guys, that leads to differential being remembered, forgotten. Miami Fitness, late at night. Time to get ahead. Nobody here this late. Alright guys, that's the workout, man. Shoulder workout. We didn't go to McDonald's and get our meal supersized. We went to the gym to get our life shoulderized. Is that a word? Yeah, it's a word, man. Look it up in dictionary. Where would you find it? You find it right after fuck and right before you. It's a theory, guys. It's a theory of excellence. A theory that you're willing to shoulder more than your responsibility of life because you expect and demand something more of life. Champion's mentality, man. You're not in the fucking system, in the arena, the equation, hoping for a good result. You're demanding a motherfucking result. You're going above and beyond what's expected in the gym, what normal people do. You do more than what's normal because you want more than a normal return of life as investment. That's shoulder eyes, man. 6 exercises, a couple mass ones, and we're going into the detail of the definition, the shape. You know, having fun with it, breaking up monotony, keeping our imagination alive, vision eyes into the future of where we want to be, and then giving it all we have in every single set. That increases the margins of victory. Greg Plitt, help you stay fit. Helping you get fit-sized. Motherfuckerized. Yeah. American Gym, Costa Mesa, California. Just got down here, about to change, get this workout. Strongman 2, guys. A lot of success from that first one. Everyone loved this. Now I'm gonna give it back to you again. Strongman 2, different variety. But what's great about the Strongman is that we're taking what is in the gym and blowing it up. Taking all that strength, all the conditioning we did in the gym, and now we're gonna sprinkle it over a different diversity of exercises. Exercises that are multi-level muscle movements, compound movements at the same time, as well as building the power, the speed of the endurance of the lift, which is not what the gym's about. It's not about the vanity, it's about the speed and the power physically. The greatest thing about that speed and power, physically, when you do it, you do something you didn't think you could do, pushing tires and pulling shit and everything else, you start to have this power of perception of who you are mentally. It's perception, guys. It was so key. Perception is self-enhanced.
meaning when it's your own perception to believe in yourself or not to believe in yourself. You lock away your potential through your fucking perception. This type of workout, when you do it physically, it transcends and rewards you back mentally. So therefore you have a greater power of confidence and a greater perception of what you can do. And maybe all these fears that we've had back in our day that we've kind of like turned away from, we did not want to take part in it because we were scared of it. Doing something like this, you're like, God damn, I didn't think I could do that. I just did it. What else am I holding myself down for? What else am I cutting myself short about? Maybe I need to relook those fears and stare them down. See if my perception is true or not. Or see if I have the power to overcome. You'd be surprised. You have the power to overcome. I'm going to change. We're going to get started. Strongman 2. Costa Mesa. Guys are coming up, and it's amazing seeing these guys and hearing their stories and stuff and where they were, where they are now. You know, my hat was really off to them. But they're all like, hey man, I love the gym now. I'm addicted. I go every day, this and that. And I'm killing it. I'm doing this and that. I love the natural high and everything else. But I can't seem to get that last bit off. Well, the reason why you can't get the last bit off is because you're overdoing it. And it's an addiction, guys. The natural high, the endorphins released in the gym, that natural process is as addicting as any other chemical drug out there. And once you taste it, and then you combine that natural high of effort, and you combine that actual high of effort into the tangible achievement of success, when they collide into a reaction, that becomes an addiction. And it's a healthy addiction, but it's still an addiction. And with every addiction, even positive or negative addictions, they can have adverse effects. The adverse effects is that the addiction that you're feeling, that high that you're chasing in the gym, of that sweat equity, that mind-body connection, that the natural endorphins release, that you're chasing every time, there's a portion of rest period that you're neglecting. So therefore, you're going into the high and you're pushing your body without allowing your body to rest. So therefore, your recovery process is not going to be enhanced. You're constantly going and going and going without that full rest period. So you're going on a short tank of steam, and then a short tank, and a short tank, and your body just can't keep up with that. You know, so you put all this effort in, but only getting so much back now because you're not fully rested. And you're overtraining is what it is. You're overtraining in a healthy way, but you're overtraining. So believe it or not, we have to take that addiction we had, that feeling we had, that love for the gym, and actually shelve it for a second. You know, we can't be going to the gym every single day. A lot of the ectomorphs I'll see in there, they love this gym too, so they're going to the gym over and over and over and over and over again. You know, and what's happening is that they're burning up more calories than they're able to put in, and they're having a calorie deficit every day. So therefore, it's impossible to really grow in that state. And they're saying, well, I love it, I'm doing everything right, I'm doing everything, I'm doing it twice as hard, but I'm not getting results. So what happens in that process over time, you can be like, why aren't my results and what I love producing anything? And it's not because you guys aren't giving it your all, it's because you're giving it too much. And you're not giving it your all in your rest period.
I got a video for you that's a little bit unorthodox than what I had been doing before. It's one that deals with stress, and it helps you to keep your confidence of who you are and your self-worth, especially in challenging times that we're all facing right now. I'm not sure what you guys are facing right now, but all my friends, family, myself included, there's a lot of gut checks right now. Everyone's eating humble pie, trying to find out if it's ever going to end. And the tough thing about it is that no one's doing anything really wrong. You know, everyone continues to work hard, but it's just it's a different playing field now, the economy and stuff, and it can really cause havoc on who you think you are and how you go about your day and your positive nature and everything else. So this video is what I do to deal with that kind of stuff. And I got beat up like crazy this week, and I don't even get into it, but the way I come out of those kind of times, because that's what life is, it's a roller coaster, it's up and down, and it's a big character building, because what do you do when you're up and what do you do when you're down? You should be the same person, right? Your net worth of who you are should not be correlated to your success on a certain thing or not. Yeah, I know it's hard, easier said than done, but a lot of times when I'm in the arena all the time, and the stress is there, and you're fighting these deadlines and due dates, and man, you're holding on with all you got, man. Because, you know, time's so precious. I'm challenging you guys to let go. Just loosen up that grip a little bit. And I think you'll find that it's more fluid. You know, when you're stressed and you're tight and you're holding on so hard,
you don't move as quick. You don't. It's harder for you. And the way I think you can do that is the way that I found success. A couple months ago, which is the video I'm going to show you here, I was going through really tough times, professionally and emotionally and everything else. And so what I did was, I had so many voices in my head, you know, I was listening to these people and those people, I didn't know what to think. And so what I did is I turned my phone off. I went MIA for the weekend. My phone, which I didn't turn off, it's ringing right now. And I went to Home Depot and I got a bunch of material. And I took it to the backyard and I did a bunch of projects, you know. I call it the Weekend Warrior. So Monday, I mean, it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, from the morning to the evening, you know, grueling, you know, I was working hard manual labor. And I was outside, I was getting suntan, you know, so I was getting a workout. But really, that mental workout I was getting, because subliminally I was thinking about all those problems and stresses I had, right? And at the end of the day, I sat down and I looked at what I've done, and it was non-subjective. You know, I did that. You know, if you continue to cut the wood and build something, the motherfucking structure will grow, right? Yeah. So I had a sense of pride, you know, a sense of accomplishment. And then I went back and looked at the same problems after that weekend that I had before, and I looked at them differently. I looked at them with a new birth of life. And it was amazing how I was missing the obvious. But because I was in that arena for so long, stressed and everything else, I was freaking out and I wasn't seeing the obvious solution. It wasn't until I got out of the arena and did some yard work all weekend that I found what I needed to do. Like that glass is half empty or half full. It's the same volume regardless. It's no different, but it's your perception. Well, how do you see it? As half full or half empty? And that look right there is your confidence speaking. Your positive attitude of who you are and your self-worth. And this economy right now is beating on all of us. And we're all starting to sit down. Hence why I'm on the floor right now, kind of symbolically. But I'm going to show you this video, and hopefully by seeing this video, you'll find something you guys can do on the weekend to make it a productive weekend and then a mental growth weekend. So when you go back into that work week on Monday, you go in there with new engines ignited, you know? And you'll be surprised how much more efficient and productive that work week will be. So I'm going to stand up right now, I'm going to show you this video, and I'm getting off the floor, man, because depression doesn't heal itself. People that get depressed and they start questioning who they are, and they dwell on it. It's a cancer, and it'll take you over. As much potential as you have and ability, if you don't have confidence and the self-worth of who you are driving that ability and potential, you don't have it then. It's bizarre. So take a look at this video. Hopefully it inspires you to break the mold, to find the clear solution that you've been missing. And at the same time, you get some work done on your property. Maybe you and your wife or partner, whatever else, that can do something collectively. It's a nice bonding experience too. So, enough from me. Let's take a look at the Weekend Warrior, stress relief, economics 101 coming at you. B vitamins, guys. If you guys can take B vitamins along with creatine, right? You're going to enhance the efforts of creatine in the body. How does that work? Okay, so when you're taking creatine as a supplementation into your body, your body no longer needs to synthesize creatine through amino acids to make creatine, because you're already bringing it in. When that happens, your methyl levels in your body, methyl levels help to increase any kind of growth or metabolic pathways in your body. So when you increase your methyl levels, because you're not using them up to create and synthesize creatine from amino acids, you have more methyl activity. That's great for the growth and the metabolic pathways. Along with methyl activity and the increase of that, B vitamins come in because they help to recycle and reuse that. It's kind of like water, for example. We can drink all this water, right? And or we water our lawn and stuff, and the water's gone. But if we have a system to retain that water, recycle that water, and reuse that water, then we can get the most out of that one volume bit of water without having to get more water. Do you know what I mean? Well, that's what B vitamins do for your methyl activity. It helps to recycle that And combined with creatine consumption, it increases the methyl activity because you don't need to use the methyl activity to synthesize creatine consumption from amino acids. So B vitamins combined with creatine enhances the ability of creatine within the body.
And what it's about is motivation, guys. You know, I can tell you, you can learn it, you can teach it, you can study it, whatever you want to do to learn everything there is about the gym, how to transform your body, how to grow muscle size, how to burn fat, how to get in, greater aerobic strength and anaerobic strength, how to have the right nutrition and supplements to grow those muscles and put back and get that X factor, that 100% bang for the buck out of the gym's workout, to really see all the active myosin grow and elongate the muscle, how to rest the body. All that stuff's great, guys. It's kind of like going to school, to study to be, a lawyer and going through all the tests and everything else, but failing the bar. So therefore you can't practice what you've learned. So therefore it's all for fucking nothing. So everything, you might know everything about it, guys, but if you don't go to the gym and apply it, the fuck you doing? So the reason why people don't put action behind their work and their thought process and what they're saying is because they lose the motivation. They lose that fire inside to keep the engines running through those hurdles of life, adversity, and they get shut down, they get beat down because for a lot of different reasons. Mainly because they don't have a good plan of attack. They're trying to take too much on at one time and they don't know what they're up against and they're just getting beat down. They really aren't, but they're just getting overwhelmed and they're just like, fucking, I'm out, man. It's too much for me. Why I'm bringing that up right now is because New Year's resolutions have about a month old right now. And these gyms that were so full of people right now, and you guys that are average gym goers and you go there all the time, you guys hate this month because all these wannabes come in there and they take up your space. Well, you probably have your gym back by now, don't you? Because all these people that are weak-minded have fucking left. And why they left? Because they weren't seeing any results. They're putting in some work and they said, where are my results? Because for some reason they think if they're 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 years old, right, that their body is molded into that state for that many years. They feel 2 weeks in the gym would transform all that. 2 weeks of work would transform 50 fucking years of wrongdoing and bad eating habits and being unhealthy. Well, if it was that easy, guys, we'd all be fucking ripped, shirtless, going around town. We'd be like the Spartans of the day, walking around, whatever, man. By the way, the Spartans were probably fat fuckers because no one had fucking still photography to take a picture back then, so we're creating this fucking illusion of, whatever, kiss my ass, guys. Why are people quitting, guys? Because they're not seeing the results fast enough. It's a marathon, guys. It's not a sprint. You're not going to get them that fast. The scenario I always talk about on the webpage is like cold clay. There's guys, all you guys that make pots and stuff, because I'm sure none of you guys do. The movie Ghost, Debbie Moore is making a pot, right? You grab a piece of clay. Imagine that's the metaphor being your body, right? For 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, been sitting on the shelf, just cold, not moving, lethargic, no energy, no motion at all. You put it on that wheel, start spinning, you grab some water, you start to try to move that. It's not moving, man, it's not moving at all. But as you start putting your hands on it, start moving, you start heating it up, heating it up, heating it up. That's your body going to the gym, week after week, week after week, week after week. And all of a sudden it hits the plateau, boom, it starts moving, right? All of a sudden you can start creating something where before you couldn't. And then once you create what you want, you let it dry and cool out, and then bam, it's locked. It's not going anywhere. What I'm trying to say is the transformation portion is 10 times, 100 times harder than actually being in shape and staying in shape. Maintaining an in-shape state is simple, guys. It's transforming it so hard that makes the transformed state of being in shape so desirable in society. Because it's so fucking hard to transform it. Why is it so hard? It's the theory of energy sources, guys. When you guys, for example, if you guys get behind in your credit cards and you go into the debt, let's say $10,000 in debt, those credit card fees are going to fucking start rising on you. It should be illegal, these motherfuckers. Either way, you start off 12% interest rate, right? All of a sudden you start getting behind. The more you get behind, the interest rate starts going up, 29% interest rate now. So even though you put $100 or $500 a month in there, only maybe $50 is going to principal. The rest of it's all interest. So you're never getting out of debt. Well, that's in the financial state. What's in the health state? Body fat is the same interest problem in financial crisis debt as it is in health debt. Meaning, when you guys are overweight and out of shape and you're carrying excess body fat your body's like 20, 30, 40% body fat, guys, it is so much harder to lose that weight because fat is a stored energy source.
stored energy requires a very little bit of caloric intake to move, whereas fiber and muscle mass requires a gigantic amount of caloric intake to move that. So therefore, a lean person walking a mile at the same pace as somebody that's 330 pounds to 350 pounds, way overweight, walking the same pace, the same distance, the fat person is only going to use this much caloric intake, where the guy that's lean is going to use that much more. So the person that's thin, the amount of work, he's getting 10 times more out of it than the fat guy. Even though they both put the same amount of work in, the thin guy in shape, right, is getting that much more out of it. Where the fat person is only paying this much off the principal. Do you understand what I'm saying? The more body fat you have, guys, the deeper and deeper you get in debt. Meaning you have to work that much harder to get this much return. And that much harder to get this much return. And that much harder. So what happens is people go to the gym, these New Year's resolutions, and they're like 3-4 weeks into it, they're like, man, I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, man, I'm looking a little fat. Fuck it, I'm done. It's not working. And that's right when everyone quits, guys. That's right when the clay is right about to get warm and transform, and everyone just throws in the fucking hat, guys, and they give up. And that's right at the point where everything's going to change. And it's a metaphor on life. Everyone climbs a mountain, and right when they're like, I can't go anymore, that last inch is going to make all the difference. And they give up. Everyone right now is going to quit the gym. I shit you not. Why are they going to quit the gym? Because they're not seeing the results. And the reason why they're not seeing the results is because, one, they have a bad plan of action. But two, they've lost the motivation. They're not seeing the visual representation of their effort being put out, so therefore they're like, fuck it, I'm done. How do we keep the motivation alive, guys? One is, you gotta get a partner, right? I'm gonna give you 5 things. You gotta get a partner, you gotta track your results, you've got to find an event, in a future event that makes today reliable and accountable. 4, you've gotta find a new atmosphere at times, okay? And I'll go into what that means. And the 5th thing is you gotta have the right plan of attack. You know, it's a marathon, not a sprint. You can't take on too much. So let's dive into that. I'm going to go as fast as I can here. Then I'm going to talk a little bit more about the mental attitude, on how to really take the fat out of not your body, but out of fucking life, guys. Because if you guys mentally believe you can do it, your body will find a way to fucking make it happen for you. If you guys have any doubt, it's too fucking hard. Seriously, guys. If you guys have any doubt you guys can't win this war, don't even try it. Because it's going to take everything you have to do it. And once you do that transformation, guys, the golden egg lasts forever. You will never lose it, I promise you that. But if you have any self-doubt, or you're relying too much on external factors to keep you motivated, you don't have the right fire in the tank, don't even try it, guys. You're wasting your time, because you'll never make it across the finish line. And then what's going to happen is you're going to feel like a failure for it. Another failure on the bad list, you know? Another one. And all of a sudden my confidence level's coming down to fucking nothing. I'm just like, fuck it. Done. Nice life. How do we stay motivated, guys? 1, get a partner. Champions come in pairs of 2, because they battle themselves into perfection. A partner is not only an asset to you on the physical side, but also the mental side. Meaning, when you guys are coming home from work or something, or maybe the wife is just fucking yelling at you too much and that's driving you into a migraine, or the kids are just, it's just one of those days, the boss is on your ass and you're just like, fuck man, I just need to go to the bar or something, Well, if you have a partner, your partner's going to be calling you, hey man, you ready to hit the gym? You're like, dude man, I just had a long day and everything else. I'm just not feeling it, man. I'm not going to the gym, And so you let him down. Now, we can all fool ourselves and bury the real truth inside of us of why we're not going, right? And kid ourselves for whatever bullshit reasons of these excuses that mean nothing, but we'll give them value, we'll give them weight to make us not go. So we can fail on our own account. But you gotta be a really low motherfucker to fail on somebody that's relying on you. Very few people will do that. When you make a commitment, a verbal, written commitment to somebody, your word should mean something to them. When they call you up and say, hey, let's go, and you're like, dude, man, I'm not into it, man, I'm not into it. Wow, so you're not into it, not only affects you, but also affects someone else's state. No, what's going to happen is that guy's going to pull you into the gym, drag your ass through the workout even though you didn't want to, and by expending that energy at a tired state, you're going to come out of the gym with a sense of pride, relief, or, more found energy, like, wow, man, that felt good. Now you're going to go back into your problems that you didn't want to go to the gym because they're overwhelming, and you're going to look at them differently. And now all of a sudden you're going to see the problems with solutions because your mind's in it. You're thinking smarter. You're thinking more of the glass half full instead of half empty, And you're going to find remedies and solutions to those fucking problems. Makes for a better day.
Combine that for a couple of them, good week, good month, good year. Also, partner is really key because you're gonna hit failure, right? The partner's gonna have to use force reps, 3-4 reps. That's gonna push you past failure. Where you're gonna feel that high, wow, I just fucking did it. You're gonna feel that pump, you're gonna feel alive. On top of that, you guys are gonna go through the same workout routines, right? Now, person A, let's say Joe, is gonna go to person B, John, and say, man, I'm not really feeling it, John. Are you feeling it? And John might be like, yeah, man, I'm totally feeling it. And then Joe will be like, wow, well, John, you know what I'm doing wrong? Yeah, I think you're doing this way. Oh, let me try that. Oh yeah, now I feel it. So you guys can push and pull off each other on what is working, what isn't working, so you can find a mental strength. Or you're like, hey man, John, hey, I'm really feeling this, but you know what, I'm not seeing the results as much. What's your diet like? What are you doing? Well, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And you guys start comparing each other, and you guys start feeding off what is working, what isn't working, because you guys are a team. Partners are essential, guys. If you don't have a partner, you really can't push yourself past your current limitations into those force reps and failures and drop sets and everything else to really get the most bang for the buck, okay? Partner, must get a partner. The second thing is you gotta make today valuable. How do you make today valuable? You pick a future date that makes today valuable. A future date like a contest. You're gonna run a marathon. You got a high school graduation you wanna look good at, or you got weddings coming up, whatever it is, 3 months out, whatever it is to say. Well, 3 months out means 90 days. So yeah, I had a bad day today, so I'm just gonna blow it off and not go to the gym. Well, I just gave up 1/90th of my opportunity to make this fucking dream a reality. All of a sudden, I can't just blow off today's obligations into tomorrow. Like it's another day. Like there's never, because I just blow today off into tomorrow because there's no back end book stop, right? So today just goes like this, so that goes like this goes like this, goes like this, goes like this, goes like this. No, it goes like this and doesn't stop. And all of a sudden your time now is shorter. And by the way, you just told the world that you're going to enter that marathon or that you're going to compete in that bodybuilding contest, right? So now all of a sudden your word means something. You're accountable. You don't want to look like a fucking idiot to everybody. So now all of a sudden today means something. So now you got to go to the gym. You got to make it happen. Otherwise, not only are you going to fail yourself, you're going to let everyone else know you're a failure. You're going to let your partner down and everything else. Finding a goal out there, whatever it is, transformation contest, or the marathon, whatever it may be, guys, or the reunion, or whatever it may be, makes today valuable. The other thing is you got to track your results. You get a journal. You start taking pictures every single week. Take that picture, you put it up on the bathroom mirror with a date on the back of it. Put down your height, your weight, all your stats of what that is. Boom. Because you're going to go along, and there's going to be plateaus, and there's going to be gains and everything else. And there's going to be some days where you're going to be like, man, is this really working, man? I just don't know if it's working. I just don't know. And then you're going to look back in your journal, and you're going to look at where you were day one. Then you're going to look at where you are today. 2 pictures. And you're like, God damn, it is working. Look at that shit, motherfucker. Huh. Tits out on that. And all of a sudden you'll be like, hey, I'm in it to win it. I'm seeing the results. Sometimes if you're so buried in the forest, guys, you don't see the tree. So buried in the trees, you don't see the forest anymore, whatever the fuck that metaphor is. But it's the same principle, guys. If you guys can start recording this, not only will you see a visual representation that it is growing and you are moving up, but also you can go back and see what you've been doing because you've been writing a journal of what is working. So when you hit these plateaus, you know what you're doing before to break those plateaus. You can back research to apply what you've learned then into today's environment, which will always keep changing, to make the most of today. It's a science, guys. There's no guesswork here, okay? Last thing is a new environment, guys. A lot of people don't go to the gym because of that one person's there, or it was this event or that event, or it's like New Year's resolution, There's nothing changed between you, December 31st, and January 1st. You're the same fucking person, but the calendar gives you this motivation that I can finally have the strength now to get the monkey off my back and actually make something happen. Nothing's changed, guys. You're the same capable person as you were on the 31st of December as you are the 1st. It's just a mental outlook. Is all it is. Sometimes the mental outlook change is imperative and can be just as motivating as a new gym, a new environment, new people, new machines, that kind of thing, or a new workout. When you guys go buy a new pair of tennis shoes, don't you guys want to go running? Maybe you guys need that little bit extra motivation to push you through those humps. I always use the examples like, you're having a shitty day, Murphy's Law is it's hit you in the face 15 fucking times, and you're feeling down on yourself and everything else, and bam, the phone rings, and it's really good news, right? So you pick up the phone and you're like, oh my God. And you hang up the phone and you feel like, man, I love life. That was awesome. Everything's going well now. Well, excuse me? You trying to tell me that phone call, the voice came through and it's empowered you into being something more? No. Mentally, you had bad news and you got good news, and all of a sudden now you feel alive again. You guys, it's a mental, again, if you think you can do it, guys, your body will find a way to make it happen. Everything's a mental state, guys. So maybe going to get a new gym, new outfit, new whatever, new workout partner, whatever it may be, switch it up, might give you that zest again, might give you that new fire to keep it alive through these dark months of February, March, and April, till you can really see that clay warm up and actually mold into something that you want to be. Because once you see that, and once you see some third party say, damn, man, what are you doing, man? You look like, you put on some size, or, man, you look thin, man. Man, you look great. All of a sudden, then you're like, oh, really? Huh. No, I don't know, just doing a little thing. Inside, you're like, fuck yeah, score, man. I'm fucking doing it. I'm actually saying I was going to do something. I'm following up and making it happen for a change. Instead of just being like everyone else in society saying, oh, feel bad for me, or excuses this and excuses that. How about we fucking grab our nuts for a change and actually mean what we say? Be a pillar in the community. Someone whose word isn't just voices. Who stands behind it. That's the guy of responsibility. That's the one you can trust. His word means something. That's a role model right there, guys. That's what you want to be. It's not about how big your fucking bicep is. It's about doing what you say you're gonna fucking do. Seeing it through, man. So those are the things I do, guys, to keep the motivation alive. The other thing I would do is really cut the fat out of your life. Meaning, like a couple years ago, and I did a video blog very similar to this for New Year's resolutions for the members, and like a couple years ago, man, I hit rock bottom. I really did. Everything in my life was just turning upside down, and I really had to step back and really see what I was doing, because every time you point your finger at something and say, oh, it's that fault, there's 3 fingers pointing back at you. So the first thing you gotta do to fix something is evaluate yourself, see what's up. Do the pros and cons and everything. And when I say the pros and cons and everything, I'm talking about environments and people. Find out who you're associating with. If those people add something to you, if they give you something in return, or is it all just a give and take, meaning like they just take and then you give? That's a bad relationship, man. Get the negative energy out of your fucking life. These people that you're around, they're always complaining and everything else. They're taking part of your soul. You only have so much to give every single day. Why waste it on that, guys? When the plane's going down, they always say, you gotta put your gas mask on before you can don it on a kid. Why do they say that? Because you're no good to that fucking kid if you're dead. You gotta love yourself in order to love somebody else, guys. You gotta be whole and happy with who you are if you never help somebody else out. People say, oh, it's selfish to just care about yourself. Well, if you need some fixing and reworking, it's not selfish, because you can get yourself better and then be able to really lend a hand in an honest way to somebody to really help them out. Anyone that's around you guys that's been for the last couple of years that's always complaining and this and that, kick them to the fucking curb, man. And if you guys are in an environment, a bad work situation, you just don't want to leave it because you're like, oh, it's tough out there and everything else, but this fucking work environment is making me a psycho, and I come home and I just want to yell and scream, and it's a bad home environment now because of my work environment, get that fucker out of there. It might be hard for a couple of weeks, but either way, you'll find a new path, a new energy, and you'll find a sense of life again. Because last I looked, work is not about your life. It's about, earning some income to have the means to do what you love to do and with the people you love to be around. So really look at not just the fat of your life, on your stomach, but the fat in your life, the people and the environments you're in. They're negative. They don't make you a better person. You're stronger if you cut the fat, cut them loose, man, throw them overboard. So recap, guys, and so stay motivated, guys. Trust me, to transform yourself is so much harder than actually being in shape, okay? Right now, if you guys have been in the gym from January on, you're probably getting to that point like, fuck it, I'm not seeing it. You guys are weeks away from seeing the first signs of that transformation. You guys are right there. Don't give in yet, okay? Let's keep that motivation alive. One, we pick an end state, a goal out there that keeps us self-accountable, makes today worthwhile. We get a partner to help us get to the gym so we get the most out of our reps and sets and everything else. And then we learn from them and us going through it together, battling each other, perfection, champions. That's what they do. See, hey, is this working for you? Yeah. Okay, it's not for me. What am I doing wrong? Oh, I see now. Okay, good. Find a new environment. Track your records, guys. Seeing where you are to know where you've been and improving, learning from that to really break these plateaus, and then pacing yourselves, guys. You guys can't not do a New Year's resolution and say, hey, so there's 4 factors, right? There's your cardio, there's your lifting program, there's your nutrition, and then there's your sleep. Those 4 things, you can't change all 4 of them at one time and expect any kind of success. It's too much to bear, guys. Pick one thing at a time. Once you guys have your handle on that and that's feeling good, then add something else to the plate. Don't throw everything on that's going to be overwhelming and you guys are going to burn out, guys. So if you guys haven't been in the gym or anything else, don't be like, all right, this year, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to wake up, I'm going to run a mile every morning. That's how I'm going to start my day. Then I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to work out for an hour and a half, and then I'm going to eat nothing but But brown rice and chicken, and by the way, you used to eat pizza every day, and you never ran, never been to the gym, and then I'm gonna get 8 hours of sleep every night. But usually, you're drunk every night, and you're up until 3 in the morning, and nursing a hangover at 6 when you get up. To do all that changing in a day is not gonna happen. Yeah, it happened for a day or two, but then you're gonna get burned out. So pace yourself, guys. And the last thing, take an honest look about what's going on in your life. What's working, what isn't working. What isn't working, really examine it. Find out what you're doing to cause it, okay? And if it's not you causing it and you honestly think it's something else or someone just holding you back, guys, as much as it might hurt, cut them loose, man. Cut them loose. You're going to find such more growth and opportunity, and you become a better person, stronger person, where you're really able to help them if you want to later in life.
Your imagination, guys, is a preview to your life's coming attractions. If you don't have an imagination, then you don't have much to look forward to. Imagination combined with hard work, guys, will produce it in the reality. What is hard work, man? What is that? You give hard work out, right? You give that up. Guess what else you get to give up? Boredom, vices, and need. All those go away with hard work. Hard work, there's no more need in your life. You can gain anything you want. There's no more self-vices or hesitation or fear factors. Hard work pushing through it. There's no more boredom either. Because every day's new and it's a new challenge, and you're pushing yourself, push past your current limitations to new aspirations of imagination of what can be. The problem is that people are always trying to create excuses why something isn't working for them, instead of looking inside themselves and realizing they're too fucking weak to do it. So they want to say, oh, I don't have the money to buy the fucking ultimate sandbag. Or I don't have the money to buy a weighted vest. That's why I can't do it. I would do it if I had the money. Bullshit. It's right here behind these fucking walls. It's right here inside yourselves. Find it in the garage. But really find it inside, man. If you don't find it there, it doesn't matter what I'm telling you or anyone else tells you. Third party can only believe so much in you. I have a camera with me at all times. The real reason for that is because maybe I have a short-term memory, but I want to capture these moments I'm living, because they're valuable. And I go back to them. When I have a hard day, when the world's beat me down, I feel like I've lost and it's won and everything else, I go back and I travel through these photo galleries and stuff and see the whole spectrum of life's emotions. Pictures of me and friends and loved ones and family and everything else. Pictures of the successes, in the middle of the fight, the tears and the joy, all of that captured on a still picture. And when I'm sitting here and I'm lonely or I'm thrilled or whatever it might be going through my head, it's like I relive them, it's like, because I've forgotten about them. And sometimes I get caught up too much in the moment of today, and then I go back and I look at these pictures and I remember, oh yeah. And what does it do? It provides a purpose for the fuck I'm doing in life. That's the motivation. It reminds me of what I'm fighting for sometimes. The goal that's too big, too soon, it really becomes a monkey on your back that you can never get to. So you set this 5-year goal, right? In 5 years, I want to be this person, I want to do this and this. Well, that seems like, oh my God, man, how am I ever going to get there? So what ends up happening, you make up every excuse why not to apply the effort there. Like people that write books and stuff, they can write this book and they'll sit down and I'm going to start writing. All of a sudden, they'll clean the house, they're reorganizing their shoes, they're cutting the lawn. They're doing everything not to do the writing of the book, because it seems so big. But if they sat down and said, all right, you know what? I'm just going to do an intro today, just an intro. Okay, you know what? I can do that. That's within my grasp. I can make that happen. All right, so then all of a sudden it's a productive day. You repeat that to a productive week, to a productive month, bam, the book's done. In the military, we always did backward planning. So if we needed to be ready at SP at this time for a mission, right? We would backward plan. We need this many hours for this many hours for that, this many hours for that, right? Gunner, get down, man. Come on. Gunner, get down. Gunner, come on, get down, buddy. All right, whatever. So therefore, when you're starting, what you need to do to get to this point, right? Same with your life. You pick a big goal, right? I want to do this. Then you find out the credentials that are needed for that goal. I need to be this person, I need this on-the-job experience, I need, to be in this kind of shape, or whatever it may be. And then, in those 5 years or 2 years, whatever the length of the goal you think is, you start applying those efforts to those genres to create that person that can achieve that goal. You don't just one day say, oh, I'm going to make it today. By breaking it down like that, what else you do is you make today valuable. And I've said this before in another video. You've got to put emphasis on today, this minute, not just the day, but this hour of this day, before sundown, I want to do this and this, to make today a tangible entity that you can actually hold on to in a way. Because with that being said, it makes the journey now all of a sudden broken down to components that are achievable. If today is just a day of 5 years, right? Well, there's a lot of days in 5 years, right? But if today is a day of a week, I only have 7 of them. So that big goal is broken down into smaller, achievable goals. Same with going to the gym. If you go to the gym and you just start, I'm going to do it all, you burn yourself out. You can't do it. Or you go in there to do abs or something and you just smoke yourself, and you leave the gym like just sore and beat down, reluctant to come back and do it again. Or you go in there with a smaller goal. All right, I'm going to do 10 minutes of abs. I'm going to try to do like 300 sit-ups. You do it. You know what? I did that. Feels good. Motivated to come back into the gym to do it again the next day. Next thing you know, you're doing 350, 400. Next thing you know, you're doing thousands of sit-ups. All of a sudden, you can do that goal of sit-ups, whatever it was you wanted to be, or whatever theater in life you're talking about. So with goal setting, one, it's crucial. You have got to have a goal, which is just another word of saying a purpose in your life, to know where you're going, the direction of where you want to be.